Welcome, everyone, to Live Educational Support Desk. My name is Allie Miriam, and I will be your support desk support for the day. So as we're having everybody come in, just a couple of things. We do stream this live to our Facebook group. Hello, Facebook group. And so if you come on camera and you come in with us, just know that this is streamed into the Facebook group. And then afterwards, we do use this video on our YouTube channel as well. So just know that coming in. If you'd like to stay in the chat and talk, you're more than welcome to. We'd love for you to join us in the room. And welcome, Judy. How are you today?
Good, good. How are you?
I'm fabulous. I'm doing. So what are you all working on this week?
So I have a couple of questions. So on one of my excursion packages, there's a suite that can be booked by a couple, meaning the spouse might only be partaking in part of the trip.
Okay.
And I figured out how to price it. The question is, if I have a pricing plan option that's just for this one couple to book. So I would basically limit it to, could I limit the enrollment for that particular pricing to one person? Meaning there's like, let's say there's three pricing plans. One is a pay full price and save, like 10%, or pay the 3 payment plan over the next 6 months. And then the third one would be this special price for this
For couples.
for this one couple. Yeah, because the problem is it took us a while to figure out all the pricing because the excursions are per person, and there's things that'll still incur costs. So I was figuring it all out. So in order to keep all the payments on the site, which is my goal, because last year I had to do like Stripe invoices and I don't want to do that this year.
Yeah.
Can you limit? I don't want to do that this year.
Yeah.
Can you limit?
Lorelai. Hi, Lorelai. Can you limit? Well, I'm going to share my screen and we're going to.
You understand what I'm asking? Like if one
Yes, I
particular
do.
payment plan can have like only one enrollment and then the other payment plans can have more.
Right. I do. So let's see. I'm not sure because I haven't tried that. So
I
let's
know
look.
I'm always bringing you the complicated stuff.
I love it though, because you get me thinking. That's like really like, because here's the thing, really logically, if you think about this, if it works for the most basic thing, I've kind of done the frame of mind of being all in, I guess. I don't know what word I'm looking for, but it's like it should work on every level, is basically what I'm saying. So I love the deeper ones because then it validates whether or not the process works truly, I guess is what I'm saying. So courses and pricing. Okay. Let's go to the pricing plans. No plan added. So let's add a plan and see what we can do. Is it a one-time purchase or a
Yeah,
subscription? It's a
no, it's
one-time.
going to be a one-time purchase because it's already complicated enough.
I know. Prices. Whatever. Name. Couples. Whatever. Okay, I don't need any of that.
You'd have to set enrollment limit.
Oh, yeah. That's what we're doing. So that is enrollment limit
So says yeah,
one.
one. And then the question is, after you finish that one, can another price plan have an enrollment limit of 3?
Yeah. Yeah, let's go. Let's do it. I'm sure you can.
Now,
It's per price
well,
price plan. I feel like it could. I feel like it should.
yeah, but the problem is there's that other place that you have to set enrollment limit in the course setup.
But right, enrollment limit for that's the hierarchy, right? Enrollment limit for the entirety of the course is 100, right? And of those 100, only one of them can come from this pricing plan. Three can come from this pricing plan, and the rest can come from the other. We don't care. Do you
Okay.
understand that? So
Yeah.
that's the hierarchy of how it would work. So let's go ahead and do it. Now,
Yeah.
you don't have to actually have a limit on your total course enrollment, but if you want one, you set one, but that does not impact the limits that you set on your pricing plan.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Because up until you started these meetings, I mean, I always set them both to the same number because I didn't know how to even do a second price point. So,
Yeah, no, you don't have like so this one said availability or not availability, the wrong thing. Enrollment limit in this plan is 3. Right. And you don't have to have an enrollment limit for the course detail, right? Or the course. Oh, wait. Is that when you set it up, the curriculum? You
no,
don't have to have
I think it's on course detail. Go, yeah, go to course detail. There's an enrollment limit there somewhere.
Mm,
I know there's another place where that number
I
appears.
know. I feel like you're right. But either way, right now I can't find it.
It should be down in that list.
Pricing, maybe?
No, it isn't
Yeah,
pricing.
go
But when
down.
you set the course up, no, it's not there. Or, oh yeah, right here. Set limit, enrollment limit. And then it does. So yes, that's for the overall of the course. So for those of you who are setting an enrollment limit for the course and you have multiple pricing plans, you can divvy up. So for example, say you only want, if you have a 3-tier program, you only are accepting a handful of the lower tier people, right? So you can set that limit on that tier without setting limits on any of the other tiers to let, if 20 people join mid tier and the other, 80 or whatever join the other, that's fine. It doesn't matter. Or you could set a specific limit for each pricing category. So it gives you some flexibility. Or you do not have to set that at all
Hmm.
on the main course, right? Unlimited enrollments, but then the enrollments become um
So then on the page,
oh yeah,
it's not going to show that that one is only available for one person unless you add text.
right. No, it's not. And but what it'll do once it's sold is it won't let anybody buy it. You know what I mean?
Will it still appear there?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not paying $100 for that, but um I wonder, I think you can do it. Let me try this. Pricing. This is fun. Okay, add a new plan. New. We're doing free. It's a free plan. Free for me. Okay. Set enrollment limit of 1. And finish. And then let's go back. Refresh. And here's our free. Free for me. Here. Why isn't it? Hello? Is it not going to let me do this? Am I not on the page? Oh, yeah, because I'm logged in. I don't know if it's going to let me enroll because I think so. Oh, yay. No, you're logged in as admin. Dang it.
I think you can go incognito.
Yeah, but I'm not. Oh, yeah, I guess. I didn't want to. Okay.
Yeah, I usually do that kind of stuff in Safari because I don't usually use Safari.
Yeah, I don't. So I don't want any of my. I spelled it wrong because I can't see the keyboard. I'm going by muscle memory because I can't see things. I hate these little verify images because half of the time I can't see those either.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
seriously. I like when they just tell you to look for the code in your cell phone. So easy.
Right. Exactly. Like, let's do that. Okay, let's go back one more and refresh. Yeah, it disappears. So
Oh,
now
great.
I
So you don't,
registered for it,
okay.
so it's gone now.
Oh, perfect. That's what I was really hoping it would do. Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
So, okay. So segue, uh, just curious. So my assistant that you met many months ago, because she was off from teaching that day, her platform, she teaches like a high level science program for or pre-college high school students that are going into like medical fields.
Medical. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
like really high end high school level.
Yeah.
And they use a
Yeah.
program
I
called,
have a kid like that. I have one of those kids, so I get it.
okay, so they're using Canvas.
Oh,
And you know what happened like last week with it?
yeah.
So
Hmm.
so they're not going to support the platform for the teachers anymore.
Yeah.
And so
That's
so she says to me yesterday, "What would you do if Zenler disappeared overnight?" And I was like, "Oh my God."
who has been telling you that, Judy?
No, she just said to me, what is your like
No,
she's like,
I
"You need."
just mean, no, what do I say? Creator first. And yeah, that means in relation to even Zenler, you have to have your entire business backed up everywhere and have an out plan for if something goes wrong because platforms will ruin you if you let them.
So yeah, I have all my files for each class, but I guess maybe it'd be really nice to have kind of I guess a map of how to go into your site and make sure you have everything systematically organized in case something happened.
Well, because you don't do that right. Okay, so here's how you do that. You do that by how you name each page and you own your domain because that is your authority. Zenler is not your authority. Your domain is your authority. So what happens is you have this core sales page is this name. That's the name. That's the link. It's out there on the internet. Zenler goes away, whatever reason, right? Or you take your domain, you host it someplace else, you plug it in and you make that link. And now that link is live again. Wherever it is out in the universe, people can click that link and find you again.
So
Okay.
yeah,
You
yeah,
own
so
that address. And so
so
all of your stuff can map right back to you. And that's how you build it, not based on Zenler's infrastructure. You build it on your own infrastructure. You map that out for yourself. This link is my homepage. My homepage is going to link to this, that you map that out yourself, not in Zenler. If it's only mapped in Zenler and you lose Zenler, you don't have a map.
how do I know if it was done right? Because remember, I paid somebody.
You check your link, you look at your links, right? You have all your links. So every link of every page, right? You look at, okay, here's my homepage. My homepage links out to my course, right? Here's my homepage. And this is my homepage link. That's my homepage link. So when I set up a new website, that's the exact naming. I use that name exactly to name that homepage. So when people out on the internet click the homepage link that I've got on Facebook somewhere, my website link, right? Judy.com. They click it and it goes to Judy.com's homepage again, whether it's
Yeah.
hosted on Zenler or hosted elsewhere. So you have to create, so basically on your site, you go through and you find right now, I wouldn't prioritize every link if you're doing this because I know you're doing 5 million things with these classes and all this. You don't have time for that. So prioritize your main links, your homepage, your course
Yeah, I mean
pages.
it 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 doesn't say Zenler anywhere in the title.
Right. No, but what I mean is keep those links outside of Zenler, the naming homepage, right? You create a document for yourself and you say homepage. This is the homepage link, right? And then what is on the homepage? Are there links to other things on that homepage? And you make a list under that. Okay, I link out to this page and this page and this page and this page, right? And then you go to the next main navigation, courses. Okay, here's my courses. This is the link for my all courses page. Okay. And now under that, you're going to list what the courses you have are that people can buy. Now you're constantly adding courses and that's rotating whatever, but it's the naming, right? Judy.com/courses goes
Yeah,
to
yeah.
your.
I think all that is correct. I just don't understand, I guess. I don't understand how you would put it on another site if something happened because
You own that. That's real estate. It's internet real estate. You own Judy.com. Judy.com is
that's not my
pointed.
website, but
No, I know. I'm just saying, I'm sorry. I'm just using that as an
it'd
example.
be funny if it was.
But I'm just saying, if you own that, myname.com, okay, and Zenler is hosting that now, right now, okay? Zenler is the host of that, so you're putting the content there. So when you share a link to myname.com on Facebook, when people click it, it goes to your owned domain through whoever you bought it through. Ding, 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 ding. Then it goes to Zenler because that's
Right,
where you've routed it.
right.
But now, if you unroute it from Zenler and you take Judy.com and you start building it someplace else or myname.com someplace else, now you go into your little domain provider and you point myname.com to that place. So now myname.com still exists. It's not on Zenler anymore. It's now on this other thing because you own myname.com. You can point it wherever you want.
I guess I guess I'm just kind of confused how the structure of like the course pages would look if you move it. I don't want to move it. I'm just she just
No, you don't, it doesn't, right. But that's what I'm saying. You're getting too in the weeds on clicking the button of the platform and how the platform's laid out. We're not talking about platform stuff. We're talking about you as a creator, as a business owner, having mapped out for yourself. These are the most important links in real estate that I own. This is what my customers, my audience, they know this is how they find me. So now I have that all on my computer, the name, the things. Then you make your move someplace else. And you do have to strategically think about what it would look like logistically. If Zenler went down today, how are you going to service your clients? What does that look like? Right? That's part of an infrastructure of any business. You should know if this goes down, where do I go? When I talk about creating like a platform map and not building your business on Facebook on somebody else's real estate. That's also the kind of thing I'm talking about. People build their business and it's difficult because like, right, every platform like this, like Zenler says all in one. So it's everything in one. Everything's here. And that makes us think, okay, this is my business. It's not your business. That's just your platform that you're putting your business into, right? Your business needs to be able to survive outside of the platform and be portable, right? Be portable. Your business you should be able to take that business and all its assets and move it from here to here. And you got to figure out what that looks like for
and
you.
I'm almost afraid to ask you this, but I should make sure every single video for every single class is backed up.
Yeah.
Ugh, okay. I have most of them, but
I think
I
of
mean,
um,
if it's too much, you prioritize them. But yeah, go ahead, Lorelai, because I know we've talked about this too.
yeah, so I'm working on my site and the blog and trying to set it up. And kind of like what you're saying, Judy, like, like it's knowing what you have. So I've kind of stepped back see what I have. Now I'm thinking, let me divide it or categorize it if we're going to use features in the platform. So, how to make it like the structure and what's in it. Because I think once we start putting things, it gets a little bit complicated because it's, oh, we click here and put there and, all these buttons. But I think once you take it and see you have courses, so this is the curriculum. These are, like, for example, I created last time I said I have a course for events, and then I created a course for replays. But really, because of the features I'm using inside of the course events, I don't need to create a replay one. I can use the curriculum feature and
Right.
have it inside events. So me thinking of it in the past, like, oh, this is this, this is that. So I think looking at what you have and then pretend you don't have Zenler or something easier for you to do less work and it's for easier for people to find. So now I said, I don't want a replay course because I want people to go to one
Right. That's how I have it set up too. Yeah.
thing
Yeah.
and find everything there. Then
Hmm.
create something else.
Right. And that's what you're talking about is something that I do try to explain this, and I'm getting better at finding my words again and whatnot, but and then losing them very quickly, very often. That happens a lot too when I'm talking. But it's just the idea that um the platform is not the structure of your business,
Right.
right? Like we always like, but we tend to think that way. And even platforms, like when they do trainings and they do stuff and they say they'll tell you that they're talking about creator first stuff or they're talking about this, but then there's the reason that we're so confused is because they actually do the opposite. Platforms are platform first. There's absolutely no way they're not platform first. If they were and feature first, they just are. That's all they promote. Here's our features. Here's how you use our features. That's not creator first. That's not, but that's what they're supposed to be because they're a platform, right? But they need to do better at telling people, like, no, our platform is not a business model. You bring your business model to our platform. But most
Yeah.
people start with the platform and then build a business.
I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have my assistant, who's an administrator on the site, start with the absolute most recent thing.
Yeah.
Uh, and not the private mentoring stuff because that stuff I back up right away. But the courses where there's
Yeah.
like hundreds of people or whatever, I think what I'm going to have her do is go to the most recent course. And since she just experienced this with Canvas and
Mhm.
she's very analytical and scientific,
Mhm.
I'm going to pay her to just do it for me because I know she'll
Good.
do it right and I don't have time.
Yeah,
I, re-
exactly.
I
And
really don't.
sometimes that's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
But structurally, but just an idea, just putting it out there for you. Have a conversation with her, right? About how you work, not about Zenler, but about how you think and how you organize things and what makes sense to you,
Oh, she
right?
already knows
Because
that.
oh, does she? Okay,
Oh,
good.
yeah.
Because that's really when it comes to organizing and doing stuff and all of those things, like, the most important part of it is that you're able to function in it,
Yeah.
right?
So,
You have to function in it.
when we're driving to an event, like one of the excursions that's like, 12 hours away, I jump from subject to subject. Like I'm having six conversations at once and she can finally keep up.
Nice. Yay. That's how I have like six different AI model windows open some days. And I'm got this website open and this website open, and I'm working on this thing here. And I'm like, I need to think about that for a minute. So put that over. Let me go to this one. And I start working on that one. Then I'm like, wait, ooh, that made me think of this. Let me go back over here and do this. I'm like, wow, am I scattered today? On those days, I'm like, okay, it's just a free for all day. It happens. Yeah. That's
Cool.
fun.
Okay. So I have a question. Actually, I have two. But the first one, just because you shared about it, but in the transition, I don't know if I missed it. Um, if I have selling a single course, like selling a single event. So let's say if I have people who are part of a membership, a bundle, and I offer events so they can be a member of, but can I sell single an event instead of like a full membership, like that they pay monthly, that they pay just one time
Well, yeah, because on the event,
in the
in
like to
the
show
what?
on the page, like on the buy page.
I do that.
Can you show me how?
So Allie, remember when I set up my private thingamajiggy and I had like the pay up front, the whole thing, and then I had the monthly?
Yeah.
So when you go into, let's say you're uploading a recording and you don't want somebody who only paid monthly to get it, you when it says when you upload the recording, it actually says who has access to it. It says it'll list like the names of the payment plan. And you have to click each one. It's not like it just uploads it. Does that make sense?
So this would be like for not a recording, but for a live event. So
You could still unclick. You can click
So, and
you
you're doing it through the live, what? Do you do yours as a class, Judy?
uh I always get confused with your
I
language.
use live interactive webinars.
I mean, yeah, mine are technically live classes inside of a course.
Right.
Yeah, that's how I set mine
So,
up. Yeah.
and then what you do, so it's a live, and then what you're talking about is after the live, what is it that you're doing after the live?
Well, what I want to do is like say I have an event. So I have an
This
event
is the event. This is the event that's happened. Now, what are you doing?
um, for people to register to attend the event, not to watch the replay, but just if they
Uh,
want to come and attend the event.
okay, so registrants. So, okay, so what is it you do here then, Judy?
Yeah, so I don't know if I do it the way you would recommend. It's the way that I've been doing it though since like the beginning of this.
Hey, when you figure out something that works, you just
Well,
keep doing it. I got
so
you.
so I have, let's say I have an ongoing course. Okay. So and it's time to schedule the monthly seminar. I set up a live and then I add the link, inside the course.
Mhm.
And then when I add it, what I noticed was because there's like 3 different payment plans, you have to individually click each one if you want everyone to have access.
Okay, but what happens if you only have one pricing plan?
Well, then I don't even think it asks you that.
What's that?
Yeah, because on my other courses, I don't have this complicated structure. So on the normal courses, it doesn't even ask me that. It's when you have multiple payment plans.
Multiple payment plans. Okay, so do you have multiple ones set up on yours, Lorelai?
So
On the course that you use for events, on that course, do you have payment membership or on your
it's month
membership?
it's monthly or yearly.
So there's two of them on there.
Yes.
Okay, so then what Judy's saying should work for you. So you have two pricing plans.
Mhm.
So let's see.
Now, my question is, she's using live class and I use live interactive webinars. What is the difference with the two? I used once the live class and I can't remember.
Classes are, I mean, it's some of the functionalities, I can't remember all of them now, but half of them don't exist anymore because of what they've done to them. They feel a little redundant now. because a live class acts the same as a live webinar. A live or a live interactive webinar, I mean. A live webinar just means that is a traditional webinar from the old school days when it's just the presenter. Everybody else is in the chat, but they don't have a window box on the screen,
Yeah.
nothing like that. They don't get any of that. They just get the chat. They
And I
can
think the
watch.
live class, you have to be enrolled in order so that if I share the link of a live class, it
Same thing with the
won't be visible. But if anybody shares the live interactive webinars link, anybody can join. And that's when I say, please don't share.
right.
But I can't remember why I decided to go with live interactive webinar instead of the live class. It was either for that.
Well, back in the day there was one of them had a better link or a better process than the other. I think a lot of that's updated.
Okay.
And I haven't really gotten into that part of the system too much yet, so I'm not too
Okay.
familiar. Okay, so now we've got two pricing plans on this class.
Mhm.
Okay, so let's look. I didn't do anything with this page. I don't really care. So let's see. So now they have to register. Okay, so now I got to go through one of these processes. Okay, to register. And now I'm going to go to a course. Wait, do you add a one time wait, so Judy on
Yeah.
the on here on the where did it go? Over here. So on the actual course or class, wait, which one did I do?
Yeah, I do create new live class.
I can't remember which I just used though. I just created one, so
I've never done bookings.
yeah. I thought I did it as live class. Is that what I just
So
did? Office one?
if I have an existing live event, um, and that's part of the bundle, that's totally different. So I would have to just create a new live pricing plan. That's where I get a little
So
confused.
yeah. So if because hers is part of a membership, right?
Yeah,
So
there's like mine wouldn't be like where you pay again inside of it. Mine is part of it.
Yeah, this one is,
okay, so on your live class, you do three pricing plans, you do or however many. So for Lorelei, she do her monthly pricing,
annual.
her annual pricing, and her one-time payment pricing.
Yeah. So let's say if because I offer something every week that is part of the membership, but let's say somebody just wants to come to one event and not subscribe to the whole month. Um, how can I sell the events individually, even though they're in a bundle already?
Oh, it would just be an individual course.
So
So
I would
my bundle is all of individual courses, and each month I add the new monthly course into the bundle because you can update a bundle.
okay. And so would I just get the link of the original event that is part of the bundle and then add it to the single purchase?
So if I understand correctly, let's say somebody bought a year-long bundle
Mhm.
and you're having monthly events or whatever. So you develop that monthly event as a standalone. I have this exact situation. So I have a monthly standalone seminar.
Mhm.
But the people that bought the bundle, each month I go into the bundle and I edit where it says add courses to bundle. And each month I add the new monthly course to the bundle, and now it's part of the bundle. So those people that have already paid are automatically in that course because it's in their bundle.
This would be for not people in the bundle.
Right. But I'm saying it's a standalone course. So you can market directly to the standalone people. They come to that class. It does not put them in the bundle unless
Exactly.
they're paying individually. But the people that already paid for the bundle, when you add it to the bundle, they get it as part of their bundle, but it doesn't put those other people in the bundle.
But the link, so if I set it up and they're buying that, how?
Listen, they're not buying the bundle,
No, the
Lorelai.
bundle, the event. So you know how like you go to events and you create a link, and you created an event.
You go to an event. Where is events?
Go to live. Let's say I'm going to
Right.
go to live.
Right. So you go to live and you create something
And then
here.
click on any of those, like open office hours.
Right.
And
I
then,
did.
so if you click on that,
All
and that's
right.
the one that you want to sell single tickets of that.
Right.
So how do I create
But
one?
you have it set up. You have this live set up with no payment on it for your bundle people.
They're paying for the bundle, not for the live. So
So you don't have a pricing plan set on the live, is what you're saying.
yes, I don't have a pricing.
Okay, so what you do then is, yeah, we set a pricing plan on the live. Okay. And it's a one-time fee, I think, right? Whatever. $10.
But people who are already members of that bundle, they won't see this, right? That's what it's for people outside.
Oh, so you don't want them to see it?
So let's say we are in a bundle, in a class, in my membership, and we meet weekly, and I offer different events. But somebody doesn't want to buy the monthly, they just want to attend a one time. How do I get them to pay for a one-time ticket to the same one that everybody else has already paid their monthly membership? How do I?
Because they paid it in the membership. So what you're so is that how you have it set up, Judy?
Well, mine are individual courses, and then the live is inside each course. And then what I do is I add the course each month to the bundle. So there's people buying just the monthly course, they're picking and choosing. And then there's people that already bought the bundle.
Okay.
So each course gets entered as a standalone course so people can buy it individually.
Yeah.
Those individual courses. So basically, Lorelai, what she's saying is you would set up how she does it is she's got a course. That's her main template. Every event she runs, she just clones it. It's a new course. She renames it. She does all that. And she puts in the stuff for that specific. She removes the stuff because
Right.
there's some stuff that repeats in her courses, right? So
Yep.
she'll come in and she'll go into the curriculum and she'll delete whatever's not repeating and leave what does repeat, then add the new content in for this event, right? And then she prices it. The individual event or this course is priced at $100. Okay. And then people can just click on it and buy it. Otherwise, they have otherwise she has that course also added into this bundle, and that's on there too. So anybody who's a member of the bundle automatically gets access to the stuff for free no matter what, because they're get access to everything in there because they're paying for it monthly. But then the course on the outside is still available for people to click on and purchase individually if they want to attend that one event.
Okay.
That's the purpose of bundles, Lorelai, really, is so that you can create a membership and sell all of your courses. They're $100 each,
Yeah.
right? You have 1,000 courses for $100 each. You bundle them all together. It's a $1,000 course or whatever. And instead, you're selling it as a membership and they can get it for 50 bucks a month.
625.
Right, whatever, a month. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They can get it for whatever a month. And
Yeah.
then people who want to can buy the one-off courses. So basically, instead of holding individual events, like you tried to condense all the events into one course, but structurally, if you want individuals to be able to buy them, what you need to do is each event is its own course. You attach the live for that event into that course, right? And then you put the pricing on it and everything. It's priced out individually. You have people that are a member of this bundle, right? So now what you do is you add that new course, that new event to the bundle. So the people who have paid for it automatically get access to it for free as part of their membership
And it shows up under the bundle. Like it shows all the classes that are in courses that are in
in
the
the
bundle.
bundle.
The
Right.
other thing is on each monthly course, right on the sales page, I say, would you like to purchase the bundle on all these courses? And I have a link there in case they didn't buy last month's course, which was the first one or the second one, whatever the case may be. And then when you go to the sales page, I have the link there again,
Yeah.
just in case they're like, oh, wait, maybe I should buy the bundle.
Yeah. But this one for you, I think, because if you add a course every month, if you do this monthly, you only have 12. If I host events, it's every week, like 50, I would have 50 courses that I would create. And that I think is a little bit harder. Um,
No, Lorelai, the course creation part is a clone. Like
but
you're talking
are you talking about the course or the live?
both.
Because
You're
I have,
using the course for the live.
okay.
Do you know what I mean? You're creating a course and you're going to create it as a template, right? And
Mhm.
it's just for the live events that you do, right? So you're creating a course for a one-off live event and you create it. You don't have anything in the curriculum except some information about whatever and the thing to the, and the link to the live. And now they can purchase this course as that one-off event. Now, what you do for, and then you add that course into your bundle, or you don't have to. Yeah, you
So
have to.
I'm
You
using,
add, so here's what you add to the bundle, okay? What you do at your events course that you have, you add the link to the live, which doesn't have a price to it, right? What you're going to do is you're going to make this live event, you're going to make it secret so it doesn't show up on your calendar. And you're going to put the price on there. You don't want it showing up on your calendar for people to click through to because your members already have access in the bundle. But then people who are not members will be able to access it through the, or no, you don't set a price on the live. Or do you have to? I would have to map, I would have to
yeah.
be in there and map it out. But basically, yes, your one event in your bundle, you add the live to that and people get access to it, right? Then you're putting it in an individual course as a one-off event and it's just there. And you're just cloning that, you're creating that template for one-off events. So you just have to plop in the info and then individual people can buy it. And then they're automatically enrolled. Like you don't have any more management and maintenance to do. So yeah, it might seem like, oh, I've got 50 courses, but all you're doing is cloning it, inputting the new information, and now people can buy it. And you don't have to go through the process of, oh, okay, you just want one event. Okay, well, pay me this and here, I'll get you the link and then let's do this and let's do that and setting up a whole new funnel and process to try to find a way to do it when all you have to do is clone that course, add the live to it, and then sell that as a one-off event.
Okay.
You don't have to,
I think I get it. So I have a bundle that I currently have that has the structure of all the weekly events. They can buy it yearly or monthly, with all the events in there. And then I just create a course for the lives that I will have each week. And if they want to either buy a single course or pay the bundle. my idea is like if they just hypothetically, let's say the membership costs $30, but to attend one event is $20. Is it better, like I'm going to get more if I pay the monthly than just one because you'll
I don't
get
know.
and
I
features.
mean, I'm not sure I don't know. Your pricing strategy, I don't know it. So I don't know what to
Yeah, so
recommend.
I haven't done singles. So what I do is that I offer like how do you say, a symbolic dollar uh, monthly trial just because of the nature of my membership to come.
Right,
If people feel, oh, okay, this is a community I like, I want to do, then they pay the full price.
right.
But I have people that maybe they just want to see one author or one event and that's the one they want to join. So, but if so that is the one ticket. So I can have a course and I just create the course, but what I'm confused as is that if I already in the bundle, I create the live event, do I just take that link because it's the same show?
So
Yes, exactly.
Do I put it in the course? Like just put the link there?
you could.
Yes.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, you wouldn't have to set up a new
Because it's
link.
the same event, either
Yeah,
monthly,
yeah.
the people who pay monthly or the ones that just pay a
I'm
one
just
time.
I'm doing it backwards from you. Like I'm setting up the individual courses and adding them to the bundle where you're already setting up the lives in the bundle. So then the live from the bundle needs to go into the individual course.
Yes,
So yeah, you're
correct.
doing it, you're going that way and I'm going that way.
Yeah, that's why I was a little confused because I said that I would have to create too many. And then they
No,
would,
you are going to create a course for every single
but it
event.
doesn't matter. Once it expires, I don't need to save it because that course is just for attending an event. It's not,
Right. So you can just reuse the same one in that
yeah,
sense. But I mean, maybe not because you've got people enrolled in it. So I don't know. You'd have to think more about that before you just did it. Like
yeah.
think of the future. If you use one course and you just switch out the event, every one-off person who buys it is going to
Well,
have access to the new link, right?
I would
So
have, in my mind, I would have six because I like to plan in advance so that people can register in advance. So it would be, so if I do 4 events a month, so that they have enough time to know to register. So I'd do it a month and a half. So I would create a course for the first 6 weeks. And then once they expire, then I'll add the next 6 weeks because those courses are just a placeholder for the event. After the event
correct.
is done,
So you can expire it.
nothing that
Yes,
they
I
can.
set, and that's the good part. Since it won't you won't need it, then what you do is you come over here into your course detail and
So would it be set enrollment limit 1?
no, it's
That would
not.
be,
It would be on the pricing plan, you set the expiry date, availability date, okay? So on the pricing for the one-time purchase, what you would do is you would set availability, right? So,
mhm.
because you know there's specific events, so you know the date and the time of the event. So this course is only going to be available while that event is there. So once they've or no, that's
Event is done
enrollment.
and
That's not the
purchase.
same thing. Hold on. Their enrollment close, course validity. That's it. So, course will be available from the date of enrollment till the days given here. So you'd have to know,
Oh, no, enrollment close date.
huh?
And above,
No, that's enrollment close. They still have access to the course. Do you understand?
that means they can buy. The course is just for the link to watch the event. So they could have it till that
I
day
under, okay.
until 7:30 or 9 o'clock, 8:30, 9 o'clock or whatever it ends. Is that it?
Yeah, you would definitely, no, that's not the same thing. Availability just means it's available to enroll in, right? So you definitely would set the availability to enroll as the date. The close date is the date of the event. So then no one else will be able to enroll in it
Hmm.
later. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's a live event. This prevents people from enrolling in it
Oh.
after
And
the
then
event.
the people who can enroll, number of enrollments. So if I say like 20 or 10, then that's the limit.
Correct. But you don't have to set a limit. I
Mm.
don't know why you'd want to set a limit. I'd want as many one-off people to buy it and come in and make the room as full as possible.
Honestly, I sell a lot of my courses the day they're happening.
Yeah.
Right.
Like while they're
Yeah.
live, people are buying it. And I'm like, you've already missed the first section. So then
Yeah.
I try really hard to get the videos up by the next day. I actually had somebody email me 3 minutes after a full day course ended. Is the video up yet? I'm like, no.
Okay. I will play around with this and I hope to get it set because I want to be clear. My other question, that
Oh,
I set it
oh,
up.
Rohit had to leave. Oh, I
The
will
other question,
rejoin. Oh, okay.
okay. The
Sorry.
other question I had was, as I'm now, you know, I noticed that, like the tutorials at Zenler has now like a new facelift. They have new images and all these things. So that's something that I'm going through too. Does Zenler have in our tutorials like a checklist, like an audit, like steps to like if I want to update my
Well, that kind of. I know you did. I saw just before I started the live that you did post have a question in the community. I didn't approve it yet, but I will, and I'll put the answer in there too for everybody else.
okay.
But it's David's Quick Start Guide has a checklist of how to get your site set up and started. So I would start with that for sure, because that's your brand, that's
Mhm.
creating your site, right? Where to
Yeah,
start doing that stuff.
yeah.
And it doesn't hurt to keep a running list for yourself either, right? Like I do that all the time. I make notes for myself and I keep them. I have on my notes app, I've been doing a lot of talk to text or talk, because I cannot type as fast as my brain goes and I lose stuff sometimes. So my kind of workflow for tracking that is blah 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 blah. And then okay, that makes sense. Okay. And then I just leave it and then I go about my business and then I'm like, ooh, this and then blah blah blah. And sometimes it's not even coherent. It's just I thought of this, I don't know what it means, and blah blah blah. And then I copy and paste all of those notes at some point into AI. And I say, what in the heck did I say in all of here? And then it helps me sort out what I'm thinking about. And that's
Right
the
now,
same thing with my site, right? Like, oh, my homepage leads to here. I'm constantly thinking in the frameworks of my homepage leads here. I literally was thinking about it last night at 10 o'clock last night. I had to get my phone. I can't even, I'm blind. I'm like, blah, 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 blah. And then I gave it to the AIs this morning and been like, what is this?
yeah. Um, my only thing is that when I text to speech to text, if I say meat, they'll put the food meat, not the meat, MEET, but the
I
MEA.
understand.
Drives me.
It doesn't matter. AI should know. AI will
Yeah,
know. And
I
even
teach
so, I go back and auto correct some things
yeah.
before I give it to AI.
so
No,
I teach
this is not on the ChatGPT or on these. These are on my text messages.
Right, just on it.
Oh,
I know. I edit my
train
notes
that, Debbie,
before.
Judy.
so I teach AI, but I use notebooks.
Yeah, me too. So I right now have all the puzzle pieces. They're all floating, and I'm
You know, you can take pictures of your notes and give those to AI, right?
Oh God,
That's
yeah.
also another brilliant thing because I do like to write. I have plenty of notebooks, y'all. But also I have plenty of notebooks that are never find a pen when I need it. So what do? I just grab my phone and go blah, blah, blah. But yes, a notebook helps too. And especially for when it comes to thinking about your site and how your customers are an audience are going to experience it.
Mhm.
Like just thinking about that, okay, somebody's coming in and they're coming in on the home page and they see this is then they have a question. So what's their question when they land on my site? It's going to be something like this or something like this. So here's a button that'll make them go, oh yeah, let me click there. Like you're trying to create pathways of discovery for your audience when they land on your site. So you can just draw that out, write it out.
Yeah.
What would they do? Why would they be there? And what's the next logical thing they might want to do while they're here? Some people might come for this, so you're going to want to make sure a little, and so you're just kind of writing and mapping that out for yourself on your site. And that way, and here's why I say this, right? Because you can't, when you have as big of a site as you have with as much events and all this stuff going on that you have, Lorelai, you're going to spend a lot of your time and capacity just trying to switch out things instead of focusing on building real assets for your business. You're doing busy work and all the time. So prioritize those mental thoughts of you, how people are experiencing you. Write those out and prioritize those for your branding first, because that's your natural, authentic expression of yourself and those first things where the people are first coming to you. And as long as those things have the right visuals, then after you get that foundation done, then you can start to go deeper. Get the foundation done while you're still hosting the events and doing it. Because as we're talking about all these things, the things that you have to remember realistically is that you still have a life, right? You still have a husband. You still have a job as a community manager someplace else, right? So you have things happening. You have family, I know, visiting at all the time, coming in and out of town. Plus, you do in-person events and you're going there. So you're building this online thing at the same time inside of all of that. So you're not going to be there 24/7 to fix all of the branding across your site in a hot second. So think about logistically what are the main priorities so I don't burn myself out, and get those done so that you can have the foundation, still do all of your life stuff, and then be able to go, oh, okay, I got the good stuff done. Now let me go dig deep down and let me change this one. We can go on our little rabbit hole days because I have rabbit hole days where I'll just do whatever, we all have them. But when it comes to really seriously thinking about building a sustainable business, we have to remember our capacity. We have to remember what's going on in our real life, set realistic timelines for yourself on achieving things, because otherwise all we do is we get down on ourselves
Mhm.
and that we didn't do it enough, or, we didn't do it fast enough, or we weren't good enough, or we weren't focused enough. But
Yeah.
we're plenty focused. So,
Yeah,
And can I,
I'm simplifying now because I want to add something new, but it's more in person.
yeah.
And then I want to clean and maybe simplify and have more clarity, and I want to use those category features on the blog. Um, and so ever since a couple of weeks that I've been listening and watching and all your advice here, it has helped me structure it better. Uh,
Yeah, reduce. I always reduce. The more you
reduce.
can reduce, the better. Yeah.
So yeah, so the more clarity and simplicity is
Mhm.
better, because not only for me, but anybody who visits my site.
Exactly. Don't overwhelm your people.
Yes, so I think simplicity for anybody, to kind of look at that.
Yeah.
But I wasn't using the categories in the blog as I should have. I didn't know really, and it's like messy, and now I want to restructure it. Can I do that? So I have like 100 and something posts, and I don't mind fixing it little by little, or maybe I'll just been, sit
Yeah, I mean, you just have
and
you have to think
restructure
about
that.
logistically what are your key categories. That's what I would focus on, and that they're sustainable. That 10 years from now, those same categories make sense. They still encompass the thing. Look at it structurally long term so that you don't have to go through this process again, right?
Yes.
Because a year ago you were going through this, now you're going through it again. We keep rebuilding the same thing over again because it's not working exactly the way we want, and maybe we just didn't focus enough design ahead of time. Like
Yeah.
design it first, then build it. Design first, then build. That's what I wanted to say earlier and I lost the words, but that's what we do. That's what I do. I design everything in my head on paper. I'll use AI. I'm designing all the time. I'm designing until it feels like, "Oh my God, that's perfect." Then I build. It could take me a month to design one page, one process, one whatever. But I guarantee you that once I do build it, it's perfect. And it
Yeah.
is perfect and it's going to stay that way for the end of time. Now, are there times when I might go back to it and tweak it? Yes. But I'm never rebuilding anything. The foundation I'm building has taken me months and months and months before I built.
Mhm.
That's what we should do. Did you have a question, Judy?
I was just going to say that, and I'm guilty of not doing this often enough, but I'm doing it tomorrow. Is no matter how busy you are, you should on your calendar, you need to block off one day a week that's a you day.
Yes. Lorelai and I've talked about that before too. And she
And
has a friend day where it's
yep,
just about
My
friendship.
Fridays are my friend days, and
me
that's
too.
the day that I want to do something in person.
Yep,
The same thing that I love, but that to me is kind of like a fun,
recharge.
yeah, a reach.
Yes,
It's
absolutely.
it sparks my creativity, it increases my dopamine, and I get to meet with other people because now more than ever, community is so important and your friends
Yep.
in
Hmm.
person. Also, virtual is great, but in person. So I'm adding that to my goals. But
Yes.
I know when I do that, I want to have the time. I don't want to say, oh, I have all this to do and I took the Friday off and now I'm behind. I'm doing it now and hopefully next month, since it's spring, summer, that's something that I'm building to do something else that I don't need to plan or prepare as much.
Right.
Hmm.
So, so yeah, and networking and having fun. So Judy, did you have another something else to ask?
Uh, no.
I I have a checklist,
Love you, ladies, so
but
much.
I'm curious as to what about a little bit about the AI Summit. What can we expect? Can we get
Oh, well, here, I'll share my screen and we'll
Oh
look at
yeah,
the
when is
page.
that?
We'll look at the page. That's the 27th.
Oh,
And here's the thing I'm going to tell you, you guys, like, yeah.
of May?
Yeah.
Um, it's an important topic that we all need to be talking about. Come on, why is this thing not, why? Okay, whatever. You want to stay in the middle of, oh, it's moving by itself. That's bizarre. That's new. Okay, so this is the summit.
I signed
Um,
up, but I have students all day.
okay.
At 6:30
Well,
Eastern time. I don't mind.
yeah, so we're on May 27th, and I believe that's a Monday. That's Monday.
No, it
It's
is?
like a
So
no, it's a Wednesday.
when is it a Wednesday? Oh, okay. It's like I know it's during the week. I know that.
Oh,
Yes.
so it doesn't start till 6 p.m.
No. 6:30 a.m.
11:30.
for Eastern time.
What time?
6:30 a.m. Eastern.
Oh,
Calculated.
That's 11. That's BST.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
yeah.
I'm Eastern.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm Eastern as well. I'm
that's a
Eastern
little
as well.
early.
Yeah, it is.
I'll get up early.
So obviously we have Neil Patel, who's going to be our keynote speaker. I don't know why he's in this position on the page, but that's fine. Um, he's our keynote speaker. Learn from experts at the leading edge of AI. So let's see. There's questions and stuff in here, but um, doesn't really say what all the talks are for the experts, all of the experts, but we have an AI webinar and funnel expert, business and AI consultant, AI-driven copywriting experts. We have AI and emerging technology strategist. I am very interested in that one myself. Then we have Tim, who is the head of growth at Zenler. So he's going to be talking about I would guess AI powered course creation because that's what it mentions in his bio. Rakesh will be talking about some stuff. It's always a surprise what he talks about. So, and then we have, of course, our own David, head of education here. And he's going to be talking about tools and strategies as well. I don't have the names of their talks, so I don't know. Kevin, our fabulous Kevin Arrow, he is going to be talking about leveraging AI safely and responsibly. And it has a lot to do with there's like safety precautions for you, but there's also legal concerns and things like that. So this one is definitely going to be a very important talk to watch. Um, it's really important. There's ethical considerations, safety considerations, legal considerations, and I think that's going to be an important thing to listen to. My talk is called What You Tell AI Changes Everything. It's a creator first framework for training AI to sound like you, but it's a little bit more than that even. So I'm very excited about it. It's amazing. I did a great job on it, if I do say so myself. And then we have our fabulous Amit, who is going to be having a talk. He's also an AI consultant and creator. You see his stuff in the Facebook group. We know he knows what he's doing. So his will probably be pretty interesting as well. Sophie B, storytelling strategist. I'm very interested in that one as well. We've got Billy Wigley. He's going to be talking about AI content in Excel. And then we've got Ashley Leeds, the 15-minute AI guy on LinkedIn. So I'm guessing he's going to be talking about, yeah, using AI to speed up workflows and improve efficiency. So when the schedule fully comes out and you guys sit and you look at it, the thing that you want to think about is each of these talks are an hour, right? There's 4, there's 8, there's 12.
Wow.
There's 14. Okay. So you're talking about 14 hours of content. You do not need 14 hours of training on this AI stuff. No one person does. That's a fact. Pick the ones that make the most sense for you, where you're at in your business, where you're at in your life, because no possible way you're going to learn, implement, and find useful 14 hours worth of AI content in a day. So please do not do that to yourself. It's not necessary. There are a few key ones that I think everybody should be watching. Definitely the ethics and the legal stuff. You need that. Like everybody needs that. Trust me. Even people who think they don't need it, need it. Number one, right there. And obviously we have our keynote speaker, Neil Patel. I would certainly prioritize a keynote speaker for sure, to see what they're talking about.
Will all these be
However,
recorded?
hmm?
These will
Yes,
be
they
recorded?
are recorded. They are recorded, of course. Yes. And here's the thing. I don't know how they're doing it, what they're going to do, how they're David made a comment that for a limited time they might be available. I don't know. I don't know what the purpose of that is. But they will be available on replay at some point as well. But don't let the fake scarcity and the fear of missing out make you feel like you're behind or like you need to do one of these things because you don't, right?
What speaks more to you? What?
Exactly. Find the ones that are important to you because trust me, you can't possibly learn and do all of these things. You're not going to. Yes, AI can help you learn and do things a little faster, but at what cost?
Well, the
Right?
other
Like,
thing is the recordings are probably for a limited time because all of that content's going to change in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
yes, quite a bit of it is. Mine won't.
never agree.
Yep. No, my like some of them are from foundational. Kevin's talk, that's not going to change. More information might get added to it about ethics. The conversation might evolve, right? So that's what I'm talking about. Yes, a lot of things change. We need the most important thing we all need right now, creators need, because AI is popping up into all kinds of tools and all kinds of things you use. What you need is the foundational knowledge of AI. And we truly, as a whole society, the ethics and the legal concerns around AI are very important. We should be constantly talking about them if we're constantly using it, right? So that one's going to be very important and foundational. So, and they're going to come out with a list before the 27th of the names of the talks, what time the talk is going to happen, all of that. You're going to get the schedule and be able to see the names of the talks and probably a little bit of information about what the talk is about and go through that. And even before you do that, right now for yourselves, before that happens, think about AI for yourself. Think about how you've been using AI in your business, how you want to use AI in your business, right? And what type of things you'd like to learn more about from AI. Make that list for yourself before you look at the talks at the summit, right? Make the list for yourself. Don't let other people tell you what the most important thing for you to watch is, right? I mean, I know I did tell you ethical is ethics and legal considerations are important, but I think that's important in any business situation. All of that is super, super important. So, but make the list for yourself instead of going here and going, oh, yeah, 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 I guess I'm going to watch that because otherwise you go at it from the sense of, ooh, what is it? What is it? And now you want everything, right? So give yourself a priority list of what you want to do because that's what I'm doing. Because yeah, it's going to be a lot. And the conversation's going to continue, right? We're going to be like every workshop Zenler does, there's a little bit of AI piece there to it. So naturally, as you grow and learn in your business and you evolve, you're incorporating and learning more things and adding in another layer to what's there, another layer of knowledge, another layer of, whatever, right? So focus on the things that you really need. If LinkedIn is a strategy for you, if you're on LinkedIn, then obviously this is going to be a great talk for you. But if you're not using LinkedIn, if you've thought about it, if it's not part of your strategy, if it's not part of your creator map, then why? Why would you do that? Right? Um, the same thing with like Excel, if you're not using that, although spreadsheets are pretty cool and AI can do some pretty cool stuff with it. But, if you have an interest on databases and building that, right? If that's a priority in your business, right? It's not that all of these talks aren't good and interesting and you won't learn something. Of course you will from every one of these people because they are all smart, educated, and they've been doing this for a while, so they know what they're talking about, right? But that doesn't mean you need their talk right now, right? So same thing with mine and Amit's and everybody, right? Like our talks are not necessarily, uh, you know, don't go to bed tonight and stay up and run yourself ragged so that you can watch this talk right this second. Like nothing is that important.
I have
Okay.
another question about, and I'm wondering if it's in tutorials. I'm looking now because I know David has talked about like the YouTube. So if I wanted to um, set up, I don't know, like for the blog, for the replay videos, there are certain parts of the interview that I want to set up on my YouTube. Was there a course in tutorials that shows you how to do that? Like, for
How to
example,
do what?
how to set up videos on my YouTube.
It's pretty easy.
But it's not just uploading it, but it's kind of like having the caption, the summary, all the links, kind of like
Oh, okay.
how to prepare that. Is that something that is,
How to prepare that for your YouTube channel?
yes, because I know he does for social media, how to, um, you know, 5-day social media optimization boot camp, marketing your first course, kind of like that.
Yeah, a lot of that's information is going to be very outdated. Like so much
Okay.
of it is outdated. When it comes to doing the stuff on YouTube, just do a little bit of research on it. It's
Okay.
not that difficult and come up with your own system that works for you. Start evaluating, start thinking about how do I work? You
Yeah.
know, how do I like to work?
Well, I can.
What apps do I feel comfortable in? What, because it's like I have usually what I do is because I have the video, right? So my workflow is I take the video and I give it to an AI model, whichever one I'm using at the time. Sometimes it's Notebook, sometimes it's Gemini, sometimes it's Chat. And then I ask it to write me a description. And I won't always add the video because sometimes that takes too long. So I'll paste the transcript in and I will say, evaluate, read this transcript, evaluate, the key message, this, identify the keywords, blah, 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 and write me an SEO rich, that's not exactly it, but, something along those lines.
Okay.
And then they write the headline, the description, and then I go through the process. Oh, it wants to know this. Oh, okay. The first time I did it, right? And I said, oh, it wants to know this, right? So now YouTube says, oh, do you want this? So I go through that with the AI model to make sure I've got all of the information, but it's still on mine. I did the video. It's me. It's my content. It's my stuff, but it helps me write the description. So I find what workflow works for me. I go through the workflow and I do it a few times. And then I sit down and I go, this is not working for me. I don't like it.
Mm.
This too much, something's not working. And if I can't figure out what's not working, sometimes I'll give that to AI. I'll be like, look, I'm doing all this stuff and I don't like it. Like, what am I missing in this piece where that would simplify it? Please help me identify redundancies in my process here because it's driving me nuts. And then it'll give me some options and I'll be like, and I'll just keep going through the process. And sometimes it takes several weeks of going through the process to be like, oh, here's how I like it. And now I can do a YouTube description and get it up and on my channel in seconds. I don't even have to think about it anymore, right? So that's really what it comes to when you're building a business. You develop those processes, go through them yourself and find what works for you. Because what worked for David is not going to work for you.
Yeah.
What works for Judy is not going to work for you. What works for me is not going to work for you, right? So we look at it a little through a bit of a different lens sometimes so that we can get our own workflow solidified, that feels good for us.
I looked at the checklist, the audit checklist, and it was good. It's
Yeah, yeah.
beginning from someone who's starting out. Uh,
Yes.
only
I
like a
knew
couple
that
that I
that
have
would
to
be.
revisit, just like for the blog. But
One thing you
yeah,
can
I'm gonna
count
make,
on David, one thing you can count on David to be is very detailed.
yeah. I would love for him to give another workshop similar to the 31 days in March, but of all these like little hacks, like shortcuts on how to work faster, for example, I didn't know that if you press Control B as in boy, it makes the font bold, especially
Mhm.
for emails. The
Mhm. All you have to do is ask any AI model, what are the best keyboard shortcuts for someone who writes and makes this on the keyboard? I've learned all kinds I train
main in
myself,
particular,
set
yeah,
up a notebook for yourself.
Yeah, no, but I mean in particular for the broadcast part, like the email, like you can't, you know, I have to have a system, like he says, have a folder with all the photos, all the graphics. But in the all broadcast part, there are things that you can't do. You can't, I was going to do something this week with my newsletter, and I said, oh, they don't have it. Like to no, I can't resize the images, but there was something else that I wanted to do, and I couldn't figure out how to do it, so I didn't. Um,
Yeah.
but it's an idea. So now I forgot what it was because things get
Hmm.
meant in the moment. But I'll see.
Yeah.
That's all
Yeah.
I
No, I mean, we definitely don't have, we don't have a shortage of trainings or workshops around Zenler.
yeah.
We don't. And there's also, um, David's, GPT. Let me find it. I'll put it in the chat if you, I don't know, do you guys both have it?
Yes, that is really great. Because
Not the audit,
not
not
the
the
audit.
audit, not the audit.
Oh, I don't have the other, I think.
Okay, well, here, I'm gonna put it in the chat for you. And here, actually, let me do this. Yeah. How do I get this back open? Okay, here. All right, it's Zenler Education Center. Um, and I will, as soon as I fix this, I will share my screen and show you. Um, so this can help you find some answers, okay? And direct you to the trainings.
So I clicked
So
on that. Will it add it to my chat account?
yeah, you'll be able to use it. It's sometimes it disappears, but if you go to the original chat that you know, your little things on the side and you can get it back because sometimes I don't know why it disappears from my list. It's terrible on mobile, it won't show up, but on the desktop it always
It
does. But
says you can keep it in the sidebar with a pin.
on mobile,
Well, no, I'm on my desktop.
right, I have it on my desktop, it's fine, but for some reason in the app it keeps disappearing for me. So I don't know why. That's probably something I'm doing or don't understand, but I don't have the capacity or care to look at it because I
Yeah,
generally
I
focus
didn't
on
even
the
know
desk.
about this. This is cool.
Yeah, so David built this out. You're going to see it at the summit. Part of my presentation will include this as a workflow, um, along with some other things. So, but yeah, I mean, you guys can ask the questions, and really what this is going to be great for is because David, Kevin, myself, we know most of the answers. There's certain little things that we're like, how does that work? Let's get in there and do it, right? But what this does for you is it'll give you some of that answer, but it'll link you to the exact training, right? So that's what this is. This is basically an advanced search to find the training that you need. Because I, like David, myself, and Kevin, like imagine, and I want you to think about this for your business, okay? We can't, like, we could be answering support questions 24/7, right? And sending you links. Oh, let me go find this link. I can't find the link as easily as you can either, right? You know, I can't. So now this can. So now I don't have to search for the links for you. It makes support more sustainable in your business when people have a lot of questions. If you can literally build out a second brain of yourself that'll share the links to your content and share the links to this and answer these different kinds of questions, that's real leverage for your business, right? Because not only can your customers use it, but you can use it, right? Like I know what I'm talking about. I can answer the question, but I still have to go hunt for the link if you want to watch the training, right? But now I don't because this hunts for it for me. So it saves you time and it's actually an asset for your business. Pretty cool.
Hmm.
Um,
So, and it's ever evolving, okay? The cool thing about the GPTs is that on David's end, whenever he adds to it and does stuff to it, it automatically it's the real deal right here, right? It's a dynamic. It automatically updates when new trainings get added, they'll get added here, right? That's an easy workflow process, right? That's David now. He's uploading the trainings onto YouTube and then he's getting them into Zenler. Here's the
So
replay, here's this, and then he's adding it into this app. It's just one
how
more step, and there it is.
how could we make an app like that for our websites?
You make a GPT.
Okay. I'm not sure.
It, well, you can do the GPT is a lot more complicated. I recommend NotebookLM, and I can show you that. Because it can find links and give people stuff too, and you don't have to actually program it other than to add your links to it, right? The GPT you have to add links to too, but you have to write out the instructions, you have to do that whole thing. And that's a system, and there's probably plenty of trainings, and David may offer some training on that, I'm sure, because people are asking about it, and especially once they see more people start using his GPT. So what um
See, that's
so
something I
you
would just rather pay for.
have somebody build it?
Yeah, like there's certain things that are above my pay grade or, below my pay grade, whatever you want to call it. Like
Right.
actually, like for me, the amount of hours it would take me to figure it out, it's just not cost effective. Like it would be cheaper to pay somebody who knows how to do it because what they would charge for it versus what it would cost me in time,
Yeah, no,
you know.
that's definitely valid. There's no doubt about it. But one of the things that I will caution you on is giving someone else the keys to your business that you don't understand, right? So making sure that you understand it or have control of it or can do something with it, because the number of people who come into support sessions that have hired somebody to do something for them and then don't, and then they
Okay,
can't, then that person doesn't answer their questions when they're confused. Like I've heard a lot
right.
of horror stories over the
Yeah.
years, not just from in Zenler community. I've been doing this for 30 years, you know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Okay.
So
Okay.
I've
So,
heard a lot of stories. So
so,
so
so
be
the,
careful. So Notebook would be your first place then, because you don't have to learn anything. You just give it your links.
what
Literally
is,
give it links. And
what
I'm
is
going to
note?
show it to you.
Yeah.
I
What's notebook?
know. It's called Notebook LM. It's a Google product and it's a little gem. And
Oh,
again, you don't marry the product, you know what I mean? Don't marry the platform, just play with it while it's useful. Let's see, what do
I
I
think my
want?
assistant actually uses it.
Notebook.
I can have her do that too.
Okay, so I actually have an educational support notebook to companion David's GPT. So, and I think it's available to the public. Let me find the chat window again so I can give you the link to it. So the really cool thing about this is it's a whole studio for you. This is what it looks like for you. I'll show you what it looks like to users in a minute. But like on this one, what I did is you can see I just gave it David's playlist link for the 31 tips. That's there. Okay. I've given it all of my support desk videos, okay, of all of our conversations. All of those things are in there. So not only does it give you the Zenler, here's the link, or here's how to technically do that, it also gives you a bit of like my point of view because I'm constantly saying creator first, protect yourself, clarity. So now it incorporates that advice into the Zenler tutorials on top of it. And you can create things and you can do them in different languages. So like better questions in Zenler. Okay. So here's the studio. I gave it all my sources. These are all the sources. There's however many, it tells you in here somewhere. This thing is in my way all the time and it's permanent for some reason. 30 sources in this notebook, and you can look at the sources as well, right? So it's open, it's transparent. It tells you where the sources came from this information. There is a chat window. So um What is the difference? Oh yeah, I already did that here. So you can see what is the difference between a webinar and an interactive webinar. So it gives you that and it tells you where the source came from. It links to the source, right? So you have that. Now you can also, based on your sources, you can come over here and you can ask it to create you an explainer video on your sources, right? System logic deep dive. Okay. So we can have it do that. And then it's going to generate that video. And now I will play one of these videos. And that it's all I did was link my sources and do this. And now um I have all these videos, explainer videos. You can download these, put them on YouTube.
So you would do this in here first, then you would make the chat thing.
The chat thing appears. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, you can go to NotebookLM and there's actually featured notebooks from Google, right? That you can, there's one for learning NotebookLM.
Yeah, no,
So
my assistant uses NotebookLM. I'm just gonna have.
yeah, it's amazing what you can do with it because it's originally created for the idea of you learning stuff. You create a notebook and you attach different sources from the internet, different blogs, videos, you add whatever you want to it, trusted sources, and then you can create videos, tell it what you want to learn, right? So now it has application where, yeah, you can still do that for yourself, but same thing for your business with the notebook, right? Is as the GPT. Not only can it provide customer support for your actual customers, your audience, whatever, but it provides support for you as well. Because now when I need to find a link somewhere and I've got stuff everywhere, I can come into the GPT or into the notebook and get that link and send it out. I don't have to hunt anymore, right? See, and like I made one for learning chat GPT and I copied and pasted in a whole bunch of information from OpenAI's website and their blog posts and all that stuff and attached that. Plus, I put in some thinking and some articles that I've written when it comes to, how to use AI and how to keep your voice, and some ethical constraints in here too. And now people can watch these videos, co-writing with Canvas. I can train myself on certain aspects. If I have questions about how ChatGPT works, I can now ask this notebook because sometimes, ironically, it's like validating and double checking one AI against another. If I ask chat for XYZ and it tells me one thing, I can come over here and ask Notebook, and Notebook will give me maybe the same answer or a slightly different answer. Same thing with Gemini. I do the double checks, but it's fun. There's stuff you can do here for yourself and creating all of these little things in the studio.
I added the question about in the Zenler educational one about the checklist for the blog, and it gave it to me.
Yeah, see?
Yeah. So
Fantastic.
I'm going to be a little bit more specific, but at least it has the gist of it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
now I'm
Well,
gonna
then what you can do is you can take that list and give it to an AI model and ask it, hey, I evaluate this checklist for blah, 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 and then determine gaps and recommend blah, 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 right? And then see what it does, right? On the most current blogging information. Make sure you have search the web turned on in your whichever models you're using and do that. Yeah, make lists for yourself. Right? We don't have to wait until somebody else gives us a checklist on how to make something better. We
yeah.
can develop one ourselves through iteration. We can find one, we can do a deep research project and pull in sources and then check those sources, be like, oh, okay, I like that source.
What I want to accomplish is kind of like those pillars, kind of like what Rohit did with Substack,
Hmm.
to have it on the blog, and then it's easy to transfer to other platforms that we use that are helpful. Um, so for me, for instance, I have books and interviews and reviews. So I want to create the categories so that it makes sense, and then the subcategories in a way. Because when you have books, it's per genre. And then if it's not the genre, it's maybe the type of subgenre. So
Yeah.
it get pretty long and I want to simplify it.
I
For
would recommend brainstorm that with
Yeah,
an AI
that's good.
model. Like go collect, like do a research project on reading topics, genres, subgenres, and see if you can't find a way to keep distilling it down to some core themes that can help route people and make people be like, ooh, you
Well,
know.
here, I have a question because this is an idea that came to mind because right now, my favorite books, genres to read are nonfiction and romance or women's fiction. So those are right now the two that I enjoy the most. But my blog the topic is more centered on a specific genre. And
Right.
I want to, as I get older and I get interest in other books, that I may want to add to the same blog. Either I create a section with a different name, like Lorelai's Lit Lair, and then the Let's Talk
Hmm.
Romance books, so that's specific. And then, you know,
Yeah.
someday I'll be
Yeah.
grandma, and then I'll want to read and recommend kids' books, and who
Yeah,
knows,
exactly.
thrillers
It can evolve. That's
and
the point.
thrillers and
Yeah,
nonfictions and
whatever.
memoirs.
Yeah.
So, um,
Harry Potter. No.
yeah, yeah, you know.
That's kids.
So, so that is something that I'm looking now because the title is of a specific genre.
Yeah.
I can open up another blog and continue it there and then maybe have it linked. Would that be a better, since I have those two sites?
I don't know, Lorelai. You really
I'm
have,
gonna
that's
see.
something you have to think a lot more about because you've got to see if there's a way to evolve as an ecosystem, a full ecosystem that's connected. That's the best way to do it. It needs to be a connected ecosystem, one thing connected to make sense, and it's all within the same, it's about the reading, it's about the authors, and it's about the genres, and it's about the thing. So there's a way to start expanding it into more of an ecosystem instead of having separate things. So like start thinking about it like that and don't force it. That's the one thing
Could
like we
always
tend to
forward
do
the
with the
I could always forward the URL to go to, like, if I change my mind and I want to put it on another site, I could just
right,
route it, but
right.
I don't want to
But give your ideas a chance to prove and earn their place in your business plan. Because what happens is we end up love bombing our own businesses and our own self. We get so excited about an idea and we overinvest in it. We
Mhm.
overinvest in this idea and overbuild it, and it has not earned the right to be there yet. We haven't validated it. We don't really know how it connects or how it's going to connect, but we want it, so we force and we push it forward, and then it doesn't really work right. We have to let things naturally evolve in their correct place. Think about them, like fit, where does this fit? Don't force fit. Let it show you and reveal its fit to you. That's what I would recommend.
What I'm doing is that on my main website, which is Lorelai's Lit Lear, I am adding all the categories of the genre so that when they get there, it will take them to where they want to go. If they, so that's what I thought with categories.
Yeah, the subject, like, yeah, I would brainstorm the ones that are the most popular. I'd
The
start
most
with those, the
popular
most
only, and
common,
then when
and
they're on
yeah.
the other blog, then they can
Yeah,
start
good, good.
the main
Hi,
one.
Rohit, welcome back. I see. Do you still, you've got your two questions in the chat. Would you like to talk about them?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you've got, given the arrival of AI, should I spend more time creating long form videos or should I invest that time in creating long form text content? AI models can consume text faster than video. Yeah, well, videos come with processing time and stuff like that. But no, I'm not sure AI has any relevance specifically with video being more important now. But the writing part is definitely something to evolve and develop with AI because like the AI models now, it's not just the SEO, it's if AI and that information and learning how to get cited in those sources from AI and the importance of that. And with AI, the biggest importance is that the information is deep and it goes where it's supposed to go because that surface level stuff that we see a lot of out there, like AI can see that, Google can see that. They don't want just junky, sloppy information, right? And it's not about whether AI created the information or you created the information. I mean, it kind of is because if it's AI generated content, it tends to be palatable and generic and plain and bland, right? Because that's what AI models are trained to do. They're trained to be amicable and helpful and balanced and fair. So, you know, they're going to, the content they produce is going to just be boring. The content that gets the biggest reactions and the biggest, those are very clear points of view, right? Like, and they go deeper. Like, name a point of view, have that, go deeper into it, and then that it's findable and understandable that this isn't just fake information. There's a unique point of view here. And yeah, that's going to be more important because a content is going to start looking really pretty all over the place. Everybody's content's going to look gorgeous because AI is going to do it for them. They don't even have to just make me some stuff and then they can post it everywhere and it looks beautiful. It's like, oh, that's nice. But being nice, looking good, looking polished isn't the same as being something useful. And AI can tell the difference. And SEO can tell the difference when it's looking for that, when it's trained and programmed through Google or whatever. They're looking for stuff that's not just pretty, but useful. And most of the content is just pretty, and yours is useful. You go deep in your content. So you don't have to worry about that. Definitely keep with the writing and make that clear. How can AI pick up on my long form writing content in the passive Substack do not allow AI apps to crawl their pages? Um, no, I don't know. I'm not, Substack just went through a whole bunch of changes and a lot of the creators are very unhappy right now over there. The longtime ones, they're mad. They're calling Substack out because Substack limited live streaming all of the sudden. Like, what's the purpose of that? They're gatekeeping is what they're doing. But I'm not that familiar with that with the AI. Oh, but here is a thing, right? Because you still own your authority, right? There's a way, and I know of it. I don't know the details and the words for it. So excuse me for not knowing what those are. But there is a way for you to take your content and get it listed on Google under your authority, right? On Substack. So it does still get found, it does still get cited, and it still gets attributed to your authority specifically instead of Substack's authority, right? So there is a way to do that. And I think it was an essay that I read on Substack. I'll send it to you when I find it because there is one on there. So I'll send it to you. What else are you working on, Rohit?
I am working on completing those 5 pillar posts. I will write
Mhm.
one per week. And thanks to Jody today that she raised that question about domain and ownership. Every post of mine is linking directly to my Zenler page. So there is no my domain in between. So now whatever posts I have on Substack, I will have to go on every post. There are 13 posts right now. I will have to go on every post and change my Zenler link to my personal domain link. That is going to take me at least a couple of hours.
Yeah.
So it's good that she raised that question today. Otherwise, I would have not realized. I would have created like 100 posts on Substack and then realized that because one
So
long
you're,
form
are
post
you, so you're, did you, so what do you mean? You have it pointed at Zenler, but what's the link name?
yeah, it's the Zenler link, my course landing page on Zenler. It directly goes to my, so you read my long form post, there is a button, you click, it directly takes you to the Zenler landing page. It's a Zenler link,
But
right?
you have one from your own domain that
Yes,
goes to
I
that
have.
sales page?
No, my domain is separate. I have two businesses. One is financial advice and one is financial education. For financial advice, I have a website that is only for regulatory reasons. I don't want that to point to anything. For financial education, I will have to buy a new domain now after because of this meeting.
You can do it
Mm,
for the financial, for yours, you could do a subdomain, Rohit. Have you thought about that? Whatever your main domain for financial
yeah,
information is, you could do education dot whatever that
That's
domain
what mine
is
is.
dot
Mine's a
com.
subdomain.
Judy's
yeah.
is a subdomain. So
Yeah.
use a
Uh,
subdomain and that way it's still building your authority and you can do that. That's not going to cost you anything.
Actually, there are local regulations because I am dealing with the stock market.
Oh.
So the advice has to be separate for regulatory reasons.
Oh, okay.
I need
So
a
that's
separate domain for edu so that it doesn't come under compliance.
okay, good.
Otherwise, all those pages in the subdomain will come under compliance and scrutiny. So they will have to audit each one of my videos and all of that. It
Right.
becomes
So,
complicated. It's better I pay,
yes, no, that's good that you
yeah,
know that about your
yeah,
industry and your business because you
regulation,
wouldn't
yeah,
believe the number of people who don't know the regulations around the
yeah,
industry that they're working in. It's a little scary. So I'm glad that you do. So yeah, definitely just get a domain
yes,
for that. Set it up, do the custom domain on Zenler, and that way you're
yes,
building authority on your name, on your domain, on
yes,
your own
absolutely.
property. Yeah,
And
good.
there is a name for it. For Judy, I would like to say that there was a name for what Ali was talking about. It is called as redirect link. From your domain, you create a redirect link which points to your landing page. So like judyreinford.com/coaching. That will take you to the Zenler page about coaching. That is more sustainable. That's authority. Because tomorrow, if Zenler does not exist and I move to something like Kajabi, then that same judyreinford.com/coaching points to Kajabi instead of Zenler.
Zenler,
That
right.
solves our
Yeah.
problem. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
what
No,
Ali
you
was
have
talking
to.
about. Yeah.
Yeah. It is very important to just be aware of those things. Don't build
Yeah.
your entire. I've done it before and
Yeah.
lost everything. So like it's something that I've always known, right? I'm saying a lot of the same things I've always said, right? I
Yes.
ran a research project on ChatGPT. I came across some old content from like 8 years, 9, 10 years ago, and I had it compare that content with my current content, and it said, wow. Like you're saying, like these are the amount of things you said that were exactly the same, right? So even though we didn't have a name for it 10 years ago, I was thinking creator first back then. I just didn't know exactly what it meant or how to make it real because I got trapped in platform thinking because the platforms are the ones teaching you everything, right? They're the ones offering trainings, right? Like Zenler, we're offer a ton of trainings. So we get into the platform training and we get excited about it. And that's how we start unconsciously becoming platform thinkers because we get excited and we get pulled into the community and we want to build and grow. But you have got to always pull yourself back and be creator first because as amazing as Zenler is, if your business doesn't succeed, they're not going to pay your bills for you. They're not going to feed your family. They're not. So you have to do that for yourself, and I'm a lot more aware of that now after having lost everything. Because I built my business on somebody else's land and that did not work
Yeah.
and now I've figured out a way to go around that a little bit,
Yeah.
and I'm
Yeah.
not done. I'm still figuring it out. I'm still building that foundation to make sure I protect myself. And you all help me do that every day. And hopefully I help you do that because as we talk and
Yeah.
as you tell me your stories and what you're doing and how you're doing it, that's exactly what I'm doing, I'm building and rebuilding in real time. Like nobody has it figured out, okay? Nobody does. But at least we have each other. Hi, Maggie.
Hello, hello. I do have, if no one else has any questions right now, I do have a few, hopefully really small ones. My
Mhm.
email, I just had someone respond my one of my weekly emails that they
Mhm.
couldn't open up my website where it says view website at the top of the
Yeah.
broadcast.
Hmm.
So I'm not sure
Is
what
it in
happened.
their spam folder?
No, they got the actual email, but where at the top it says, visit website, I forget what she said it says, but it definitely doesn't work.
Didn't it, I feel like Judy had this problem or Lorelai, and it was literally that you just had to turn off. Or Maggie, wasn't it you?
No, not an email.
Not an email? Okay, let me share my screen and let's go find somewhere to look. Oop, I didn't mean to do that. I really didn't mean to do
And then,
that. Okay,
well, I'll let you finish this first.
so
It would be a broadcast.
it would be a broadcast.
Mhm.
I mean, I don't know. There's no way for me to be able to troubleshoot that because I don't have your actual email. So here's what you would
Oh,
check though. Let me tell you what you need to check so that you can figure out whether what's broken or if it's a thing because I can't check it for you. You need
okay.
to go into the email. These things being in my way are just, and they won't move. I don't understand. What am I doing? Continue anyway. Wherever it's at in the email, send yourself an email, a test email, and then click on it. And then whatever it is in the email, make sure that the link is turned on, right? And then
Hmm.
yeah, make sure the link is on. Make sure there's an actual link there for it to go there and see what it's experiencing. If she opens the email, and she clicks on the thing, ask her to take a screenshot and send it to you. Because without knowing what it's saying or doing, I have
Right.
no way to know,
Okay. Yes.
But
Simple
yeah,
trick.
check in the content, right? Check
Yeah.
in here, check in your thing, make sure that there is a link that's directed because maybe it's as simple as you didn't connect the link.
Okay. Okay.
And how many other people received the email?
I haven't looked. I sent it
Okay.
yesterday, but
Can you possibly contact somebody that you know that got it and ask them to open it and check it? Because her privacy email settings could be interacting with it. A lot
oh,
of like that's was the thing that happened to somebody else last week. Basically, what it was is they had to say that yes, this is safe. I agree, this is a safe site. This is safe email. I trust the sender, and then the link works.
okay.
Right? So that could be happening.
Okay, I will check on that. And then also, once you send an email or broadcast, how can you go? I've had quite a few suddenly bounce because I migrated from MailerLite, some new people, and someone was suggesting if they bounced, just delete them because they're not getting the emails. What's your thought?
Yes, if it bounced, you have to delete it. It's not getting they're
Okay.
not, it's the wrong email. They've either blocked you or their spam filter is blocking you or they put in the wrong email.
Okay. So how do I go in and delete somebody that
And uh,
so I can delete them?
right here,
Oh, okay.
right? And you can sort. Let's see, do we have filters for um
Oh, email bounced.
yeah, email bounced.
Okay.
So now you have a filter for that and you can go through. Now, check the list. Don't just go deleting all willy-nilly, Maggie, okay?
Okay.
Because somebody, you might realize you might know one of those people, and it might be that they accidentally typoed their email. I do it all the freaking time. So if you know them personally, right? Then
Mhm.
you can reach out to them and be like, hey, there was a typo in your email, and just get their permission to fix the typo if you know that that's what it was. And then they'll be on your list again. But outside of that, no, if it's bounced, just delete it.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay.
Bouncing emails aren't going anywhere, but they're still, once they send, you're still getting charged with a send, but the person's not receiving it. So definitely delete them.
Okay. And then it's also affecting your open rate too. So you don't want.
Yes, of course. Yeah, absolutely. That's very smart thinking.
Okay. I feel like there was something else that had to do with email broadcasts. Now I know you can clone. I send out 2 weekly emails, and
Okay.
one of them I like the format. It's got an image and then a short part, and I clone them. But once you've sent it, it's like, I feel like you can't go back in to that email. Obviously, you can't edit it, but
Right.
if you just want to go back in,
Well, you send it to yourself.
well, true. Yes, I always test them.
Yeah. So
Okay,
you'll have a copy of it there.
that's true. Okay.
You should be able to, once it's sent, you'll
Mhm.
have data. You can't edit the email or do that, or the email itself don't come up,
Mhm.
you
Okay.
know. But look at you're getting you'll have the data to go over. This is a fake account. I don't have anything to show
Mhm.
you. So,
Okay. All right. Oh, and then also I have some webinar next week, and it says to check to make sure that everything works. Go in as a student. How do you make yourself a student?
you can't. You create a student account from a different email.
Oh, okay, just a different.
And you have a separate login because an admin will never be able to see. You can add yourself as a student, but you'll still never see just the student view because you are the super admin.
Gotcha.
So you set up a fake test student for yourself so
Okay.
that, and you do have to just remember all of your logins because I do that to myself all the time. I hate logging out of any accounts because it's like, what if I can't get back in?
Exactly. Exactly.
So you just create, that
Okay.
login that
Gotcha.
way
Okay. All
so that
right.
you can see it.
I do have another question. For my workshop, it leads to a course. And
Mm-hmm.
I've gone through and created the automation, the email sequence.
Mm-hmm.
Once someone purchases the course, I don't want them to get the follow-up emails that are like, hey, do you have any questions? What kind of filter do I attach so that they will stop getting the follow-ups? Does that make sense?
Um, yeah, I think there's a tag, there's a filter you can, or a tag you can remove them from remove them from that funnel for sure.
Right.
Let's see. Doodly-doo. Okay, so you have them in, where's their original place of origin?
Okay, so they are in the live webinar in the automations. So they get an email right away,
Mm-hmm.
anyone that registers. And
Okay.
and then there are a couple, 2 days later, there's an email to those that have registered. And there's a replay. And then I'm sending one out the last, and those are fine, but mainly it's one that I just created, sort of a last chance. The course starts today. We're getting started, but I don't want it to go to anyone who's already signed up. So,
Okay. Um, there's a couple of different ways you can do this. I'm just trying to think of like
mhm.
what would be easiest for you. You've already got the email set up in the
Yeah.
live class or webinar.
Yes, live webinar.
I don't think, do I have a live webinar set? No, then I have a live class. It's the same. It doesn't matter if I'm in live class or live webinar. The email automations are exactly the same. It doesn't have any impact on that.
Okay.
Okay. So now you've got the reminder sequence.
Right.
And then we are going to add a filter. It doesn't matter that that one's called it. The email label does not determine anything about it. This could be a follow-up email. It could be the live
Right.
reminder. It doesn't matter. You can still filter out emails. Okay. That part's irrelevant. Add a filter. And enrolled in course is an option in your list, okay? So if they're enrolled in course, and then you're going to select the course, okay? Save changes. Unfilter, enrolled in course.
Okay.
So, let's see. I wish this thing would get out of my way.
Um,
There, finally. Okay. So
enrollment.
filters, I just want to make sure. So untitled filter group, enrolled in course. So now, or
Okay,
wait,
so you,
here we go. Now, actually, let's do it the other way. It's
okay,
not enrolled in course. The people that are going to get this email are not enrolled in this course.
true.
That's the filter. Okay. So people not enrolled in that course get the email.
Not enrolled. Okay.
Right. So if they're enrolled, if enrolled comes back positive, they're not getting this email.
Okay.
Right. So not enrolled in this course is the filter. If they're not enrolled in that course, they get the email.
Okay. And then choose the course. So,
Right. You add the course and then you choose the name of the course.
gotcha. Okay.
And
And
there it
save.
is.
Okay.
That's good. Good stuff, right?
All right. Yep. Great. Thank
Now,
you.
another thing that you can do is you can um You can do the same thing. It's easy. I think it's probably a better workflow to do it in the same email chain, but
Mm-hmm.
if you have a follow-up email, you can always make the follow-up email go out to everybody through email broadcasting.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but this is probably the simplest for you.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Like when you're setting it up,
Mm-hmm.
the next time you're going to do one of these, you don't always have to make the email the follow-up. Because remember on here how when we were setting up your follow-up email, when we were talking about that, how we
Uh-huh.
had to do after
Right.
and or on schedule before or on, that's was it, on a specific date and time for after the event,
Correct.
right? And you set all that up. You can just create the event and then do an email broadcast
True.
as that last final one. And you can apply the same filter is what I'm saying. So,
Right. Okay.
but it's automated in here and that way you don't have to do it. So this workflow makes it more
Oh,
sense, you know, but you could do it the other way. I'm not sure what reasons you would have to do it the other way, but just knowing that there's multiple ways that you can do this, and it's just as simple as making sure that that filter is set properly.
okay. But no, that's good because this is only going to go to those that registered. But I was planning on sending an email just to my email list because they'll have known about the event or about, yes, about the event and the course.
Yeah.
So that's where I
Yep.
could use the broadcast to go to.
And make sure you use the filter that they're not enrolled in that course
Exactly.
if you have any members enrolled already. And then, yeah, it won't send it out to the same people. And that's the same kind of thing you do when you set up a course that's like an evergreen course or whatever.
Oh, uh-huh.
And you've got funnels running all the time to try to get people to buy your course, and you're sending out email broadcasts
Mhm.
um with information on join my course, buy my course. But
Mhm.
some of the members of your email list will already have it. So it's one of those things where as you get more subscribers and more members and more this and more that, you're going to tend to send out a lot of promotional emails towards, you know,
Mhm.
people joining your course. And so in order to avoid people that are already members of it, that's the filter you use all the time.
Okay.
When you're just broadcasting kind of in your flow of working, you
Mhm.
just make sure you always use that filter for all your courses. Oh, this is the course I'm marketing. Let's add not enrolled filter. Even if you have no one enrolled in it, it's just a good habit to get into
Okay.
setting those filters so that you don't accidentally spam people with a whole bunch of marketing emails for something they already have.
Okay, so is there a way to filter out the people who registered but have not enrolled? Since I just created this one just now where we are eliminating the people who've purchased, and it's just the people that registered but have not bought. But then if I go and do a broadcast to everyone, those people will be on my email list, and I don't want
Mhm.
double. See what I'm saying?
Right. So you can do the same thing. So if they're on that thing,
What would they be called? Maybe there's one that says registered
yes.
filter. Okay.
Yeah. So it would be not registered,
Okay, I see.
not,
I see Yep, down at the bottom.
is it? Oh, there it is. Not registered in live class. And then select whatever live class it is. As long as
Okay.
they're not, so they're not part of this course and they're not part of this workshop. So yes, you can
Gotcha.
do that. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I want. Perfect. Okay.
Both of those things have to be true, right?
Right.
So, and this is where you're going to see that because you can't have an or, right? They
Mm-hmm.
meet this criteria or this criteria, then it can send. In this case, you want them to match both criteria, right? They're not enrolled in this course and they're
Right.
not registered for this workshop.
Gotcha.
Or if you're just looking for, yeah, if we were promoting it that way. But yeah,
Okay. Great. Thank you.
you're very welcome. Oh, and Rohit has a question in here. How frequently should I create content per week? You create long form videos, long form text posts, small posts for promoting the video and text, and short tweets. You come up with a cadence that works for you, really, is what you're going to do. You need to figure out um and how much and what the demand is. Like you want to validate it. Like you've got your subscribers, you send out your Substack. What are your open rates? Like how much are they really consuming it? How many people find you from what platforms? Like where do people find you mostly?
YouTube.
Discovery is YouTube. Okay.
Yes.
So So, and, and like, do you get new subscribers every time you publish a new video? Do you have channel stats of like how people are coming to your YouTube channel? Are they doing native searches in YouTube and finding your channel?
I think they are coming directly from the YouTube search. That is how they
Yeah.
find me.
Okay. Okay. So,
So currently, uh, I am creating 4 videos per week, long form,
mhm,
like a 20 to 30-minute video. Then I plan to create one long form post
mhm,
on Substack per week. And then tweets, it's like I can do 3 per day. It's like we can send it out after every 3 hours.
mhm.
So question is, would that be enough? Or do we need to do more?
Um, well, again, it depends on are 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 the videos and the tweets driving traffic?
Yeah.
Then yeah,
So
do more.
yeah, the tweets on Substack, they bring subscribers. On when I publish a video on YouTube, the growth, it's like 1 or 2 subscribers a day. It's not high growth.
No,
So
that's
my
still great. A
yeah,
couple of days is still something. So what you can try is, test a few things out, like test adding an extra video and maybe not even an extra video. YouTube has shorts. Maybe try adding in a quick short and see if that does anything. Test out a
okay.
few different things because YouTube even has community available in there now
Yeah,
and other
yeah, yeah.
stuff and they also have oh, what is it? Posts. You can post
Post, yeah,
and create short. So try a couple of different, since YouTube is growing and very consistent for you, a couple of subscribers every day. That's
yeah,
like, listen, that's incredible. That's very good, solid, YouTube search results happening for you. So I love
yeah,
that. You're in a very incredibly niche industry. So
yeah,
the fact that you are getting a couple of subscribers a day, fantastic. So yeah, test out a few different types of content on YouTube. And as you do, be paying attention for, new subscribers. Look for engagement a little bit. Engagement metrics really don't mean anything if people aren't subscribing and buying, right? Like they
yes,
just don't. So we need to keep engagement metrics, in reason with a grain of salt, really. Okay. And yeah, test out what it's doing. And is it doing something real for your business? Is it driving more traffic? YouTube subscribers is great. But if
yeah,
those YouTube subscribers aren't going to your course or to your site or getting on your email list, then they're really not that valuable, right? So, but they are your main source of traffic for that. So it is
yes,
working. So you've already validated that. So now test out a couple different kinds of content. As far as the long form posts, same thing. You evaluate it, you look. When you're on Substack and you're publishing, do you get new subscribers every time you publish? And Substack also has notes, right? And there's all
Yeah.
kinds of strategies around Substack Notes. That's kind of like their social media feed. And Notes is where new people can discover you. It's where you can have, because you have subscribers, there's two buttons on Substack, subscriber, follower.
Yeah. Yeah.
So subscriber on Substack is a subscriber to your email list. You own them, right? It's not like social media. But a follower is like social media. It's just a
Yeah. Yeah.
follower. You don't own them and you don't have their email. But followers can convert to subscribers. I don't have very many, but I tell you what, my last three followers all converted to subscribers based on what I was sharing in my notes. And I
Yes.
know this specifically because it was after I shared a note and they commented that they went from a follower instantly to a subscriber. So those are
Yeah.
real data points that you can track. So definitely
Substack, I'm getting 5 followers a day. Five,
nice
no, not followers. I'm getting
subscribers.
5 subscribers a day, two, three
Nice.
followers a day. And this is because of
Nice.
the short notes that I put. That is why I ask the question to you. Should I put my energy there? The notes, 3 notes a day, that is working for me. Then that long
Yeah.
form content that I sent you, that is working for me.
Yep.
I will change the links. I will buy a new domain. That all operational things I will take care of.
Okay.
But that's just what I wanted to know. Like I will create 4 videos per week, one long form post per week,
Mm-hmm.
and 3 notes per day, like 3 Substack notes per day. I will reduce my work on Twitter because it will just become too many platforms. I just want to focus on YouTube and Substack.
Right. Substack is working. So
Yes.
yeah, like build there. Yeah, I
On
get that.
if I publish the same 3 notes on Twitter, I don't get as many subscribers on Twitter as I get on Substack.
Right.
So
Right.
I will have to focus where the subscriber is coming.
Yes,
I-
absolutely. Absolutely. And there's no saying, and that's the idea of creating a platform map for yourself, right?
yes,
Because now you know Twitter, you know Substack, you know this. And if they serve a purpose and they better be driving traffic and getting you real
yes,
subscribers that are buying your stuff. And if
yes.
that's true, then that's where you put your focus. If
I am paying to Twitter for that blue tick. I am paying nothing to Substack, but Substack gives me more subscribers and followers than what I get on Twitter.
Yeah.
Why is this happening? It's the same content that I'm publishing.
Yeah, but it's the
I don't
audience is
understand.
different.
Yeah,
The audience on Twitter, the people who use Twitter, and the Twitter feed is too fast. It's literally a freeway.
yeah,
Every tweet is moving at 90 miles an hour. It's
yeah, correct.
irrelevant seconds after you post it. Whereas a
Yeah,
note on Substack, that lives for a much longer time. It's got a longer shelf life. So those are the kind of things, like if you work or you're in like a fast-paced environment where you need to live tweet information about it, like that's one thing. And there are certainly business models and people that would use
yeah.
that.
Donald Trump kind of
Right.
information.
Let's not go. But
Mm,
but what you definitely we want to focus. Some things native naturally are instant and moving fast and irrelevant quickly, but not everything is. And so I would focus definitely on any platform that gave me a little bit more longevity
yes.
and a little bit more shelf time. And Substack is really good at that right now. And
Yeah,
again, you just have to evaluate. There are a couple of creators, writers that I know who have very decent, respectable amount of followers and subscribers, paid subscribers, right? Paid subscribers. They're making a full living from their Substacks, paid
yeah, I understand.
subscribers,
Yes.
right? Yeah. And yet a couple of them are going to start a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
I just heard yesterday. because Substack is squashing their reach again for some reason. And Substack has limited live video and they do a daily live show. So now they can
Okay.
only do three and they have a 7-day live show. So now, and that's what I'm talking about platform first. They built their whole business there. Now they're not platform first. They're pretty good at because they've got their subscribers.
Yeah.
But now they're moving over to a YouTube channel. So that's just a thing to keep in mind when we're talking creator first and protecting yourself. So for you, Rohit, you already have the YouTube channel.
Correct.
So you've got that going and it's working for you. So that's great. Substack is long form writing. Um, you do have the ability to create a blog and do that kind of stuff for your own
Absolutely.
writing if
Yeah.
Substack goes away or isn't working or starts doing stuff. But the point is just to always evaluate your results, always look like and track it because, you know, well, from Twitter, you're not getting this, but from Substack, you are. From YouTube, you're getting this. From this, you're not. So I'll
Yes.
just keep paying attention to those numbers because that's really going to help you determine where your
Yeah.
efforts should be going, but also be aware of other platforms and other tools that are operating in a similar realm as replacements if one of those goes down, like we've
Yeah.
been talking about. So just always be thinking. And the Substack version would be maybe your own blog because places like Medium are horrible. Don't do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a place to
I
go.
rejected Medium because I did research on ChatGPT on about
Yeah.
Medium versus Substack.
Yeah.
Substack is way more feature rich.
Oh yeah. And independent, whereas within Medium, they just haven't figured out what they're doing and they're flailing around really is what it
Yes.
is. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, no, this is great. I like the idea of you being able to focus on the notes and test it out and see how it goes. I will expect a
Yeah.
full report next week. No.
Yeah. There is one more thing in my
Okay.
business. I have currently around 8,000 subscribers on YouTube. I've been doing YouTube for 5 years.
Yeah.
It's just 8,000 subscribers, but the income is more than sufficient from there.
Oh yeah.
I have a couple of thousand on Substack. Okay, because I moved my Zenler list to Substack. I have 75,000 on Udemy. I had created some courses on Udemy, around 35 courses. I want to bring that audience to YouTube and Substack. Now,
Oh.
Udemy does not allow me to promote my YouTube,
Yourself. Yeah.
yeah, my YouTube and my Substack there. It's a compliance issue with them.
hmm Um, what is there? It's been a long time since it's been years since I've looked at
Yeah,
Udemy. So I don't know
yeah,
what their current
yeah.
regulations are or how you can get there.
They allow you to put a link on your public profile. So there I have put my Substack link. So,
Okay.
out of 75,000, even if 10% convert, that's 7,500 on
Right.
Substack. That is going to be huge for my
Yeah,
business.
that would be great.
That would
I'm
triple.
sure
Yeah,
I don't know because I don't know how Udemy works. When you're uploading, when you do content and how they check your videos. I don't know if there's a way to low key like have your website listed in your content material or in your video or like somewhere so that people see it and will click it and go follow
yeah.
you. Is there like a community feature, a chat feature
There
where
is a chat feature, but
people can
promoting
comment?
creates a flag. On Udemy, they're very strict. If I try to promote my external links inside Udemy chat,
Yeah.
there is some system they have built
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
catches that, and there is a flag and there is a compliance issue. But do you know that Coursera has bought the company now? Udemy.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So after,
Coursera bought
yeah,
Udemy.
yeah. So after a few months, my whole Udemy asset will go to Coursera. And Coursera has 7 times more audience than Udemy. So that could be a big push for my business. But
It
I
could
don't know.
be.
Yeah, but I
You
don't
don't,
know how
right.
what Coursera policies are now.
Yeah. You
If they
need to
allow me
make
to, yeah,
sure, I would be thinking very much around how how you can create your content, how you can move some of the people from whether it's Udemy, Coursera, how that's going, whether it's in how you create your content, how you
yes,
get them to sign up. Like sometimes I don't, yeah, I would definitely
you
start
are
thinking
right.
about that.
I can publish a free video course with 20 videos in it. And I can softly mention during when I'm speaking, I can softly mention my assets like my YouTube channel, my Substack.
Yeah.
That is
So
something which
what
I
I
can
would
do. That
do
is
is I
something
would
they would
fo
not restrict.
okay. So here's the strategy then, okay? And you should be consistent with it.
Yeah,
The strategy is something simple and clean, right? Like I'm
yeah,
allieverse.org. So everywhere I could be like allieverse.org, allieverse.org, right? That's
yeah.
simple, it's easy to remember, and that's the main point. So make it something short, sweet, simple, easy for them, and then they know. It's not my YouTube channel is XYZ, blah, blah, blah. It's literally, I would be making sure they got to your website so that they could become a
Why
subscriber.
did you create aliverse.org? What is the difference between .com and .org?
.com would have cost me $1 million.
Okay, okay. But aliverse.org slash
Cost me
coaching.
$7.
Now, my question is, can you create redirect links with aliverse.org, like
Yeah, it's on .org.
aliverse.org dash coaching slash courses slash
Yeah, all
support?
my site goes all just like that. Yep.
So I will create myname.org. That's it.
Or your name or whatever. Yeah, you
I
can do
have
whatever.
myname.com is already there.
Okay.
Myname.com is already there. It's for regulation, but myname.org is not there.
No, but
So,
what I mean is my site is .org. No, I'm just saying I don't have a .com. I have a .org, but you would say .com, rohit.com. Go to rohit.com. Just
yeah,
keep
yeah,
repeating just that.
yeah,
Don't try to route them to, my point is don't try to route them to YouTube sometimes and Twitter
yeah, yeah, yeah,
sometimes or
yeah,
this
yeah, yeah,
place sometimes. Just have one soft mention of rohit.com, rohit.com. Just go to
yeah, yeah, correct.
rohit.com. And that way you're consistently saying it in your video. So every video somebody watches, rohit.com. And if they like you and they're into you, they're going to click through and they're going to go, oh, okay, rohit.com.
Absolutely.
That's so easy. So
Yeah,
just consistently mention that one if it's allowed and not going to get you out. And don't mention any of the other stuff. But know that when they go to rohit.com, what they're going to do is they're going to land there. So what do you
yeah,
want them to do when they get there? Like,
correct,
what does
correct.
their journey look like? What does their experience look like? You know, are you welcoming them? Like, hey, if you found me from YouTube and you're wondering, you know, how you
No,
can, or
the
if you
goal is to
found
get
me
them to the email list.
right. If you
The goal
found
is
me
to get,
from
yeah,
Coursera, and you should put that, acknowledge it. It's very validating, right?
yeah,
So in your Coursera or Coursive or Udemy, whatever, if in all of your courses you're like rohit.com, rohit.com, right? Now they're going to go from being on Coursive or whatever, and they're going to go to your website. So now they get there, and imagine as soon as they get there, they say, hey, they see a little button that says, or a
yeah,
headline that says, if you're coming here from Coursera, start here. And if they came from Coursera, they'll be like, oh, okay, that's cool. Let me click
yeah,
there.
correct. Yeah,
Then they're going to click on that. but maybe they don't come from there. Where's the other places they come from? It might be, hey, if you're coming from, it could be a headline that says, if you're coming from Substack or Coursera, click here.
Yeah,
Something like that where it guides them through. I'm not saying
correct,
that's what's
correct.
right for you, but it's just creating that journey and experience for them so that they feel seen as soon as they land on your site. If you acknowledge that you sent the people from Udemy there or
Yeah,
Coursera, they're going to go, oh, he's really looking out for us. Okay,
correct.
he knows who I am. He sees me. And that's very powerful.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I would do it
That's
like
a
that.
fantastic idea.
Yeah.
I need to move those
Hmm.
because Udemy does not give me the email ID of those 75,000 people. Imagine 75,000 email IDs.
I
What would that do
know.
for your? I have
Exactly.
less than 2,000
Exactly.
email IDs now,
I know.
and
In
it's a full-time
retrospect, we all
business.
do that. See, that's what it was. You built a business on somebody else's
Yeah,
foundation,
that's a
right? On somebody
problem,
else's
big problem.
land. And a lot of people I know
They
from
don't
back in
give
the
you,
day,
yeah,
a lot of people had some issues there. But yeah, like, yeah, try to do it. If you're going to keep making the things, maybe make some courses, maybe update the videos to be like rohit.com, rohit.com,
yeah.
and then get more people to use.
Even YouTube. I have 512 videos on YouTube,
Wow.
long form content. I
Wow.
don't have the email ID of my subscriber. I have been
That's
creating content there for 5 years. They don't give me the email ID of my
no,
subscribers.
right.
How
You're
sad is that?
creating content for
Yeah,
YouTube. You're supporting YouTube. It's like crowdsourcing
yeah, yeah,
authority. They've used you for it, but now they
yeah,
won't give you anything.
yeah. That is what the founder of Substack was saying when he was giving a TED talk, that you don't own your audience on YouTube and Twitter and Instagram.
That's right.
That's why
Yeah,
I came on Substack.
I've been telling people that for a lot of years. But yes, it's smart. I mean, it's not that the platforms don't have usefulness because they do. Like, and that's where it comes in. Like when some, bro marketer gets on Facebook Live and is like, "Look, I got 10,000 followers and I did this and you can too. It's gonna happen live." And
Yeah,
then people get worked up. Well, he got this many. He's making money from Facebook. So I'm going to do Facebook too. But it's like,
yeah,
no, you're building Facebook now. You're not building your business. You're building Facebook's business. Like, don't
yeah.
listen to them. Like, stop listening to them. It's been very frustrating for a lot of years. But you know what? People are ready when to hear that message when they're ready to hear that message, because sometimes you can test an idea by creating an Instagram account and just posting some stuff and see if people respond to it, right? Like that is a way you can validate things, but you don't build a whole business on it just because, that somebody told you could, because it doesn't work. Just
There is
doesn't.
also one thing. There is the reason why I asked you a question regarding the frequency of content.
Okay.
There is a guy, his name is Graham Cochrane. He actually recommends that you slow down in your frequency of the content. You create long form and high quality.
Mm-hmm.
It will only attract a certain kind of audience. It will not attract everyone. It will not
Correct.
attract people who watch reels and short, but it will attract the right kind of audience.
Mm-hmm.
If you put quality in the content, but you post less frequently, like instead of 4 videos, if I do 1 video per week, but I put a lot of value in that video, he says that it will actually grow your business. So I am in a dilemma. What should I do? Should I do 4 videos per week, one long form text in a week, and three notes a day? Or should I follow his advice because he's doing this for 16 years, 1 video per week, 16 years. He's built a very good business.
Mm-hmm.
I am only 5 years into my business.
Okay.
So my understanding is the lesser the time I have spent in my business, the more content I should be producing. The more the time that I've spent in my business, the lesser it will be should be the frequency of the content that I produce. Do you have any thoughts on this?
Um, so if you're long form content, I'm a fan of long form, okay?
Yes,
There is a place for long form and short form. It just depends on the thing, right? So the idea is that even your long form content has layers to it, okay? So sometimes I love long form content, but if I don't know you, I am not spending my time on your
correct,
stuff. That's for
correct,
sure. Because
correct.
it's going to take me 20 minutes to read this. I don't have 20 minutes to find out I don't like you. Okay. I
Yeah,
just don't
yeah,
have the time. So that's where the shorter form content comes into play, is so people have quicker bites to kind of get the feeling of whether or not they can relate to you
correct.
before they dive in. So there are layers, and you want to look at what those layers are for you. Substack Notes is a great layer
Yeah,
of
that's where
putting
the
in
notes coming. Yeah,
something. Right. You got the Substack long form. Stay with your long form. If you want to do more than one a week, you can. But if one a week cadence has been working for you, go with that. You can test out more and less. And one of the ways you can test out without getting into a lot of long form is maybe publish a short form one and
yeah,
see how people like that, you know? If they like that and you're publishing twice a week, but that second post is a shorter form, you can
correct.
then ask your subscribers even, oh, okay, you want to read more? Would you prefer more longer form content? Do you want a mix of this? Like ask them what they want and then give it to them. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean?
I will do that.
As yeah, so I would do that for sure because you just have to test those cadences out with what the people want. The notes will work. Same thing with YouTube. You've got your long form YouTube content. Then what you're doing is your shorts, your YouTube shorts and your YouTube posts are there to support what the bigger content had to
Correct,
say.
correct.
And the same thing for like your notes and any other less content, quantity wise. It's there to support the core content. I think that's
Absolutely.
sometimes where creators get lost is every post that you make that's just a graphic or a quote or a this should be something that supports and drives people to something that you own already. That's an
Correct.
owned asset. So yeah. I don't know. Did I answer your
Yeah, yeah,
question?
yes. So it will be like the funnel is notes, then the short form post that promotes my long form text. And
Yeah.
then the long form text and the long form video takes them to my Zenler course. So
Yeah.
it starts with notes, then the long form text and video, then
Hmm.
the video course landing page, and then converting
Yeah.
that into a formal relationship as a client.
Mhm. Yeah. Absolutely. But I would test out a few other things on YouTube and see if people subscribe. If you want to add in a second long form video on YouTube and see how people respond to that and they do it. Um, back in the day, um, the cadence that a lot of creators found helpful, and this is just anecdotal because it's going to be different for everybody, but they found publishing 3 times a week was the right cadence. More than
Correct.
that was too much, less than that was kind of and so they were publishing 3 times a week. That was like their cadence, and they picked their thing. That was kind of the
Yeah.
trend for a while. And so that worked for them, right? So and some of the ones that I followed, their weekly put up long form video content like 40 minutes, 30
Yeah.
minutes. And then some shorter form ones, 10 or 15. Um, but do you have your statistics, your numbers for your watch time on your YouTube on each video? Are they watching it all?
I haven't checked analytics. I have the analytics page, but I never checked it. Yeah, I mean,
That's
for
so
what to,
nice.
I'm just a
You're like, I don't
creator.
know. Well, because that's
I
one of
just
the other
create.
things you're going to be able to tell. Like you're getting the subscribers, so that's cool, right? There's a couple of things you want to pay attention to because you're
Yeah,
very niche. There's how many
yeah.
people are talking about what you're talking about.
Okay.
Like not very many, right? How many? Like one other person? How many people do what you do and talk about what you talk about,
In
Rohit?
my niche, there's a lot of competition in my niche.
Is there?
I
Is
cannot tell you how
there?
much competition
Okay,
there
just
is.
oh, well, you're
India is a
doing
huge
really good
market.
then. Okay, because you're okay. Well, okay, because I'm thinking I've never even heard of this before. So see, that's where I'm coming from. And I'm like, how big is this niche? You're doing really great.
It's a big niche. In my niche, people have hundreds of thousands of subscribers. I am a very small creator
Well,
in my
well, yeah,
space.
okay, but yet, and see, that's the difference. The people that go deep tend to have maybe less followers because they're maybe not as rah rah sis boom
Less
bam.
followers, but income. And there are other people with more followers, no income.
Right, and
They
that's
don't
the
have a
point.
product. They don't have a
Right.
product.
Right. That
Yeah,
part.
yeah.
So yeah, so test out, so look at some of those analytics because here's the thing. Maybe, I mean, if you like long form content, great, keep doing it. But test out some shorter forms of content just to see
Yeah,
how the people respond to it
yeah, yeah.
because that's a less cumbersome for you. So what you can do is you could take a long form post that you've written if that's just how you write. Because I
Yes.
tend to write like that myself. Like I write a whole book at once and then I'm like, well, shoot, that's a lot.
Yeah, yeah,
So then break it up. Okay,
yeah.
how can I separate this into two or three articles instead of just one? So now
Correct.
you've taken the same amount of time to write it. It's one long form article, right? But now you've turned it into four. So now you're publishing once a day, but you still only spent the same amount of time writing the one long form. And now you've got where you can post, it takes 2 seconds to make the post. The time
Correct.
it takes is mostly creating the content. That's where the time should be spent, right?
Yeah,
And now you're spending the same amount of time, but now you've got four. Same thing with the videos. You can look at the long form videos and go, how can I break this up into a 2, 3, or 4 part series and see how people respond to that versus just one whole one?
yeah,
And looking at your YouTube watch videos will help you determine that as well.
yeah, correct.
If they're on the long form ones, if they're really watching all of that, well, then hot dang. That's good. That's a really good sign, and you want to check what the stats are. If they're dropping off halfway through and it's a 2 hour video, then maybe start keeping them to 1 hour. If it's a 1 hour video and they're dropping off at 40 minutes, and the majority are dropping off
Yeah, yeah.
there, maybe
I
get
will
them a
have to
little
check the
shorter.
analytics. I will have to
Yeah.
check the analytics. But YouTube keeps sending me $100 every month because the channel started monetizing. It's
Yeah.
just $100 a month, but at least it's generating some ad revenue now.
Yes,
Uh,
exactly.
So
Exactly.
I will have to check. Do you know how to check analytics on YouTube? Do you do YouTube?
I'm just now kind of getting into, I used to, right?
Yeah, yeah,
I've sort of been behind the scenes for quite a few years and a couple years, I guess a year and a half, maybe not.
mm,
It feels like longer,
yeah,
but like a year and a half. So I haven't been doing anything with it yet. I set it
yeah,
up,
yeah.
but I'm going to be looking at it. Maybe we do if you all are into, figuring out YouTube, Substack, that kind of stuff, maybe we come up with a little workshop
Yes.
series of some kind on that so that we can um
I think a combination of YouTube and Substack is a very powerful combination for
because
any creator
you've
now.
got the solid
Yeah.
video and the writing. Yeah.
Yeah. The video is embedded in my long form post.
Oh,
Yeah.
see, that's how you compound. That's how you take
Yeah.
content that you already have and make it useful. You've already
I've
got
already
it
started doing that. Yeah,
embedded
I've
in
already
there.
started doing that. Yes.
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
Substack, the algorithm likes it when you embed a YouTube video in there.
I
I
would
don't
really
embed someone
love
else's.
it.
Yeah.
Rohit, I would love it if you took one of your long form posts, okay? Give it to ChatGPT
Yeah.
and ask it to research this article, right? And create an infographic that helps people understand it, the
Yeah.
point,
Yeah.
right? And
You told
and
me
the,
this last time in
and put
last
it
week.
in there.
Yeah.
And now you have an infographic of your post that you can now share anywhere on Twitter, on Facebook,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
say, hey, this is an infographic based on a blog post I wrote,
That
or based on a
infographic itself
Substack.
can create a new post because
Yes,
on Twitter
and
that image will be truncated.
yeah,
On Substack, it will be because the infographic is long, right? So
yeah.
that infographic itself becomes a post on Substack.
Yeah. Well, you can also do square, you can tell it to make a square
Yeah, yeah.
infographic so that you can share it on Facebook and it will.
Fantastic.
But those are content posts you already have. You just give it the content and say, make me an infographic.
Yeah, yeah.
That's it.
You
And
know,
it's a deep,
last week you gave me an advice. You said you take your long form post link, put it on ChatGPT, and ask it to generate 25 notes, the
yes,
tweets. You told me last time,
tweets.
and I did that.
Yes.
It gave it gave me it gave me 25 notes. Now,
I told you.
if I do three per day, that's 21 notes in a week. I already have 25 now, and it's
Yeah.
coming from my article.
That's awesome. I love it. I love it. I love to see you growing your subscribers
Yeah.
and finding fun ways to get that ecosystem going. Get those layers out there so that people can find you. Make those pathways. It's a lot of fun.
If I don't give it my link, my long form text link, it can still give me 25 tweets, but that will not have my
Your
voice.
words, your
Yeah, my
voice,
voice will
your
not be
point of
there. Yeah.
view. Exactly. Exactly. No. And that's the point around using AI to extend what you're doing. You're not asking AI to invent it out of thin air. You're asking it to extend what you already have. And that's
Correct.
really important. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Take care. Take care. It was a
Thank you
good
so much, Rohit. It
conversation.
was great to see you. Go get some sleep.
Good conversation. It's 11,
Great.
almost 11:30 here.
Oh,
Do we have
yeah.
the summit next week?
Yes, 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 we do. Yep. Yep. And I'm sorry. So what time? It's 11:30 for you right now?
Yes, 11:30
Oh,
night.
okay.
So let me check the email that you sent. The date is 27th,
Yes.
May, 27th May. It's a Wednesday. Okay.
Yeah.
So
I
it
thought
will
it
be,
was a Monday for some reason,
no,
but
no,
then
it's a Wednesday.
then somebody told me it was, no, that's Wednesday. I'm like, oh, okay. So yes, and as you weren't here when we said this, and it's almost time for us to go and wrap up.
Yeah,
But what I
yeah.
will say about the summit is the summit schedule is going to come out soon. So you'll be able to see what the talks are and who's giving what talk. But use some discernment on which talks you're going to watch and which talks you're not, because
It
there's
already came.
14.
It
Huh?
already came. The talks, the schedule has already come.
Oh, is it out there? I haven't seen it yet. I've been
Yeah, yeah,
busy.
yeah,
But look at what the talks are, what they're talking about, and pick your priorities. Know what you want to learn, and then go to those, and then get to the rest of them later. Because
yeah,
there's no possible way for any one creator to watch 14 hours worth of AI training,
yeah,
understand it,
yeah, yeah,
process
yeah,
it, and
yeah.
implement it. It's not happening. You just overwhelm yourself. That's ridiculous. So pick, prioritize for sure. Prioritize. And Kevin is doing one on like ethics and legalities and things like that, which I think is very important for everybody. What is the EST time? It starts at 6:30 in the morning. And we're in Eastern. We're not in,
Yeah, yeah. For me,
it's
it is 4 o'clock in the
we're in
afternoon.
daylight savings time
Yeah.
right now.
For me, it will be 4 o'clock in the afternoon, so I can attend. I can easily attend.
Hmm?
I am attending.
Yeah, good.
It
It
starts at
starts
four
at
o'clock in the
4
afternoon. Yeah,
for you? Oh, okay. Okay. So good. You'll get to see some of the content. And the other thing is what you can't watch live, there will be replays available after.
yeah,
David said possibly for a limited time or not. I don't know about that. But again, what I would say is prioritize what you want to watch live so you can ask questions, and then prioritize what you'll watch on the replay when you have time.
yeah.
That's how I would do it for sure. Yes, yes, yes.
Done. So by
Yeah.
the time we meet next week, I will have a new domain name. And by the time we meet next week, all of the links on my Substack which point to Zenler will change. It will come
Nice.
through, it will go through my new domain now.
Yes, good.
And yeah, that's it. These are the
Good.
two changes that I will have to do before I see you next week.
Yes, I expect updates from Rohit every Thursday now.
Yeah, yeah, every Thursday. Yes, yes. No, it's important. Thank God Judy raised that question. Otherwise, I would have created like 100 long
Yeah,
form
wouldn't even
posts
have
on
thought about it.
Substack and then
Hmm.
realized, okay,
Yeah, it's a really good thing to think about. Like, where are you driving traffic? Are you driving traffic to something you own, or are you driving it somewhere somebody else owns? That's a very
yeah, yeah, yeah.
top thing for sure.
No, no.
Yeah. Well, thank you everybody for joining me today. It has been another fabulous live educational support desk session. I will be in community, the tutorial site community. Please feel free to come in there, ask questions whenever you have them. You can also sometimes, waiting to get a question approved is fine if you want to. But you can also comment on some of the support desk digests that are pinned up at the top. If you have a question you want to prepare for the week before, and even if you just have a question that you want to ask and anybody in the community can answer, you can do that too. And do you own your own content with podcasts? Ooh, that's a great question, Maggie. We will dive into some of the nuances of that on another time, but obviously you do own your content, but it's a matter of owning your subscribers, your list, and all of that. And I suppose it depends on the podcast platform, but a lot of times followers don't naturally translate into subscribers.
Yes.
A lot of content creators, podcasters have YouTube channels where they can then grow their YouTube. I don't know. That's a great question, Maggie, and we should talk more about that because um
Even Substack has a podcast feature.
yeah.
From there, you can convert your podcast followers to subscribers very easily.
Yes,
Email list. Yeah.
on Substack. Yeah, but I don't know that other podcast platforms have that kind of feature. So, but yeah, Maggie,
No,
that's a
they don't
great
have.
question. Yeah, but that's a great question. And what that funnel looks like of taking them from a subscriber to an action, from a follower on a platform to a subscriber you own on your list.
Correct.
We'll talk about that. Yeah, very good. So yeah, and come into community and ask those questions. I know Maggie, you said you keep having to create an account or something. I don't know what's going on with the community, but y'all should pop in there and we can carry on these conversations throughout the week. I'm around. So thank you all for joining
Yeah.
me, and I
Thank
will
you.
see
Thank
you
you.
all next week. Thank you all for being here, and I will see you next week. Same bat place, same bat time. Bye.